With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, repairing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and show. Streams online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shad's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money he earned on yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil was spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once kicked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals a slow machine. He's snorting, burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if actually fun, his child can't see it hours, making feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before lunching into a bike, pretending different bills when truth is to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty wife and all his strife while forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react, but isn't actor as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Teaches nearly over it and awareness in sight, with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for today, Wednesday the 3rd of April 2024. Do hope you're all doing very well indeed. Hope you're having a fun, enjoyable Wednesday so far. The midway point of the week for most people, but for Phil Burnell, this is basically the end of his week, because obviously tomorrow is his most precious day off. First of all, big ups to Aiden K for popping the little bingo message thing, and I said hello all, thanks D-Dog for keeping me in the green. Yeah, Aiden seems to be one of these people that kind of gets to anytime D-Dog's feeling generous and has gifted memberships, Aiden seems to be one of the beneficiaries of those gifted memberships. So congratulations Aiden for beating everyone else to getting those free memberships when D-Dog's being very kind. And yeah, there's Aiden just showing the appreciation to D-Dog for getting these free memberships from them for D-Dog's generosity. Goodness me. And Brad Burning as well, popping their membership message, happy 6 months to me. So there you go, big ups to Brad Burning. Agent Proper has been in my ear about something he's been working on, and he's given me permission to share it. It is something called Gouttopia. The URL is gouttopia.net. I'll put it in the chat for you guys if you're curious to check it out. And it's essentially something that people have been requesting for to him, and he went about and got it set up and everything else. And also he's in the chat right now as well. He's promoting as well. Big up to everyone who joined my new forum site, gouttopia.net. So there you go, and yeah, it's basically a section. It's kind of like, I assume it'll basically be like an alternative to Kiwi Farms in terms of, like, you know, if you don't want to go to Kiwi Farms in case it scares the crap out of you. This is basically this is like for DSP stuff only, I imagine. The names and the closing the title, Gouttopia. You know, I mean, not really going to be. You know, I imagine it'll basically be about, you know, DSP for the most part, however, and obviously there's, as I said, a soft launch so far according to Agent Proper. It's just kind of getting the wheels in motion as to kind of getting out there, whatever. But yeah, I've signed up for it myself. You know, I'm still waiting for the moderator to approve my account. Fucking hint there. There you go. But I've signed up for it myself, and I'm just waiting for that to be confirmed, and then I'll be able to, you know, go on the site myself and maybe talk about some things or make a topic or whatever. You know what I mean? And also there's a wee section as well. Create topics here don't fit into any existing category for like general stuff or whatever. But there's obviously all sorts of different things as well, you know, we kind of rules as well, welcoming guidelines and all that jazz, kind of what you expect. And yeah, Proper saying it will go beyond Phil at some point. There you go, but for now, obviously just a soft roll or whatever. Keep in mind, obviously, there was some drama on Kiwi Farms and all lost his tiny mind a little bit, you know. And yeah, it's nice to have an alternative essentially for this kind of thing, you know. So yeah, as I said, we kind of a wee kind of soft roll out, as Agent Proper says, but I just thought I'd kind of get that, you know, let you guys know that there's something like going on. It's been in development and there's something like available now for people who are interested in checking that out when they wish to check out. So yeah, there's that. So that's one thing to cover. The second thing, of course, is there's been a lot of interest from what happened from Phil the other night relating to his antics from. So he played Battlefront, it's a Star Wars game, and he made a good bunch of money. And there's something that old school detractors like myself and Agent Proper and a whole bunch of others people, we will recognise what this is, but some of the newer detractors might not recognise this. This is basically a throwback to how Phil used to be during his Twitch times. Because Phil used to get, it wasn't unusual for Phil Burnell to get things like tip wars, you know, it wasn't unusual for him, because on Twitch he was generally quite well supported, and Phil's antics and behaviour from this night stream was very reminiscent of how things were back in 2017, 2018 as well, to a degree, whatever, you know, even 2016. You know, it's like, it was an interesting throwback from Phil to be very forthright and upfront about how much he... Well, I'll let Phil's behaviour speak for itself. You'll see what I mean. Oh, for fuck's sake, I pressed the wrong fucking button. Press bubbles by mistake. I'll enjoy random bubbles, even though I pressed the wrong button. Good Jasper. Good Jasper. Good Jasper. Fuck me, man. Disaster stream. Press the wrong button. You got fucking bonus bubbles. So yeah, but before you can continue the video, fuck's sake, man. This is clip by Snort Hogan. DSP mask off, late night chill big, and tip war baiting was right about RPGs. 7.5 minutes long. I'd show you. Show you. So yeah, this is clip by Snort Hogan, and I think this is, if you've never seen DSP in this kind of mode yet, this is an interesting throwback to back in the day.
Good evening, Walk Warrior. He says, I lost my crown, but maybe I'll get a new one to continue my streak. Maybe you could buy one. Just saying, for those of you who, since January, have been sitting around with the less than a penny value memberships, perhaps now would be the time to say, hey, I've liked having that membership. I know that Phil could use the support. Perhaps I would purchase a membership to help out Phil. Did you ever think about that one? Perhaps that would be a thought in your head. Big Papa Phil, welcome back as a supporter tonight. I appreciate that. Thank you, Big Papa Phil. I see many people's memberships have lapsed. All those gifted memberships have expired finally. If you could become a member again, that would be superb. It would help the channel a lot. Shall we?
I mean, it's fucking cringe as all hell, isn't it? It's fucking just, you know, the shame of it all. Look, I had a bunch of members expire as well. You don't see me fucking freaking the fuck out about it, you know what I mean? If people want to be members, or if people, you know, it's whether of their own volition, or you know what I mean? It happens naturally, Phil. You don't need to prime your audience. If they want to be a member, they'll fucking be a member. It's not something to be a big song and dance about.
Get set up. Now, as I told you guys, no music tonight. And by the way, just keep in mind, when I'm playing a multiplayer game, I do have to focus on the game during the match. But between the matches, I'm absolutely going to be reading out all of your messages. I'm going to do shout outs for contributions. Please support the stream tonight if you can. I would really appreciate that if you did. There we go. Let's see what happens. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, everybody. By the way, that is the biggest tip of the night. So Big Mac did make a liar of me. He did top the $5 tip. No, wait a minute. He didn't make a liar out of me. He made me truthful. Because I said I bet that there will be a tip bigger than $5, and then there was. So thank you to Big Mac for that. In fact, how about this? I am absolutely positively sure there'll be one more tip bigger than $6 tonight. How about that? An official my goat channel says my shirt looks ridiculous. Well, thank you for that. I really appreciate that. If the shirt looked ridiculous enough to make you do a super chat, then I guess I've done my job. Thank you for that.
So yeah, this outright fucking, like, you know, oh, I'll fucking tell you guys, or we won't get us, or we won't beat that, whatever.
Dog, what's up?
Thank you very much to Grease Monkey for the super chat. It says when it gets desperate, it becomes toxic as hell. It gets worse, this thing. When Phil's like intentionally telling his audience, I bet we will beat this, or I bet we won't beat that, he is intentionally trying to stoke the flames of getting a tip war, and he will use those words in this clip here. And as I said, this is not something that was very unusual for Phil back in the fucking day, but the fact that... So, Phil was given... let's just get a full disclosure. He was given like $138 on this night stream. 117 of those dollars seem to have come from some random, multiple anonymous sources, which is a bit sus. Basically, one anonymous person kept competing with another anonymous person to try and get the top tip. Sounds a bit strange, doesn't it?
I received a $2 tip from Joe Pesci. I watch your stream all the time. It's the least I can do. Thank you, Joe Pesci. I appreciate that very, very much. That's $2. So now we're up to $8. How about this? I will say that we will absolutely receive a tip tonight bigger than $8. I believe that. I truly do. And if you know, you don't, well, I guess I'm just an idiot loser. But I think that we will give a tip larger than $8 tonight.
I mean, is that not guilt-tripping your audience, Phil? If I don't get this money, I guess I'm just an idiot fucking loser. Phil, you are that. Without money being attached to anything, you are a goddamn idiot fucking loser. Some people, oh yeah, some people are saying, oh, I hate this, smokiness is not liking this, whatever. This is a throwback to success, so Phil, essentially. You know, this is how he done a lot of his streams back in the fucking day. This kind of attitude, this kind of, you know, manipulation of his audience. I bet we can beat this, I bet we can beat that, whatever. We'll never get a tip, you know, to beat that last tip. I'm not sure. He was, this happened a lot back in the fucking day. This sort of behaviour, this sort of, you know, blatantly, you know, poking and you know, it's almost like antagonising the audience to trying to fucking prove him wrong or something.
Anonymous, $15 tip. So I was right. We did get a tip bigger than 8. And now at $49 to tips, we're a single dollar away from Gunner Glass's greatness. There you go.
A command post is under Imperial control.
So there you go, guys. Thank you for that. I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical we'll get a tip bigger than 15. Honestly, like, I wish we would, but I don't think we're going to. So I kind of don't want to say that and then look stupid. So I'm going to say thank you, guys, but there's probably absolutely, positively no way we're getting a tip bigger than $15 tonight. I think that's the tip of the top of what we're getting. And I appreciate everyone who contributed so far tonight. We're going to split the part. I have shout-out. If you can believe it, I have shout-outs to do. Are you ready for this? So I have received an incredibly generous $20 tip from an anonymous tipper tonight. $20. I can't imagine who would put $20 for this broken mess of the game, but maybe you guys just like hanging out with me, and that's cool, and I really appreciate that. So thank you very much for the $20, whoever that was. So now we are up to $69 in tips, which actually means we raised more tips tonight than I did playing Elden Ring earlier today, if you can believe it. Excuse me. Are you kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, I just received an incredibly generous $25 tip. And it's an anonymous tip. Someone says, Phil, thank you for just being you. Wow. $25. With that tip, we have now hit the hat goal, and you guys get to pick a hat for me to wear. Sadly, I don't have any Star Wars related hats. I wish I did. I don't have any Wookiee hats. I don't have, you know, a Darth Vader helmet. I'm sorry about that. But that is the biggest tip of the night now. It's $25. Thank you, whoever that is. I don't know if this is people getting into a tip war with each other or whatever. We haven't had a tip war in, like, years. Where, like, basically 2 or 3 people were competing for top contribution of the night. That hasn't happened in ages. But let's do a poll for a hat. The Blimp says 100% tonight is showing with the audience that people are over RPGs. That has to be the issue. Dude, I'm playing a broken multiplayer game. It's completely broken. And we've got good attendance and we've got good support tonight, right? So, yeah, I have to say it's the games. It's the RPGs 100%. It's not me. You guys want to hang out with me. You just don't like the RPGs. You find them boring, right? So there you go. The answer is these RPGs are fucking slow and suck monkey shit. And it's enough of monkey shit sucking. You know, you can only take so much monkey shit in your mouth at once. Okay, that's disgusting. But I think you see what I'm saying, right? You understand what I'm trying to say? So Bender had it is, and I've received, listen to this, a $12 tip. I disagree with you about inflation. You talk about streamers not losing support. You fail to realize you're not a top streamer. Dr. Disrespect is popular. He won't notice the drop off in support. You're a small streamer. Inflation in the economy affects your supporters way more. In my opinion, love the streams. PS your fans don't have imminent wealth to donate. I'm well aware of all of what you're saying. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying if inflation is not infecting anyone. What someone was saying was so ludicrous. They're like, because of inflation now, absolutely no one's going to support your content and stuff. But we're not going to, again, this is a multiplayer stream to play Star Wars and be silly. Why are you bringing stuff up like that tonight? Why are you trying to bring down the vibe? How about relax and enjoy seeing me sing and blow people up? Whoopee cushion engaged. Someone just did a $5 tip and said whoopee cushion is engaged.
Why are you trying to bring down the vibe or whatever? Phil spent most of the stream basically discussing money. Most of the day discussing money. But when Phil's got hits with some sort of realism, you know, some hard-hitting facts about inflation, and Phil's like, why are you going to bring down the vibe when I've been getting all this fucking money?
Thank you for a $5 tip, person who said whoopee cushion is engaged and is anonymous. Okay. Okay, anyway.
A command post is no longer under Empire control.
It's really not that hard to figure out. Tonight we're not playing an RPG, and it's doing well. Earlier today we're playing Elden Ring, it's doing well. We're doing Alone in the Dark, it's doing well. And the moment I boot up an RPG, it does terribly. There's a reason why, because people are tired of RPGs, as I've been saying since January, but everyone disagrees with me, and then I play an RPG, and then the stream's dead. So I'm not...
Elden Ring's an RPG, Phil. Final Fantasy VI is an RPG. You plan on playing those again?
Stupid anymore. I'm just going to stick to what I know and play other games, because it seems like that's what I have to do. Anyway, it is time for the Bender hat.
I got the drip.
So that's basically a clip. Yeah, Phil, as usual, obnoxious as all hell, and yeah, his antics, his behaviour from last night, definitely reminiscent of a former time when Phil used to get more success with that kind of attitude and mentality on Twitch, baiting the audience and kind of... It was a strange thing, like, it was weird that all these tips were from an anonymous source, but these two anonymous people were competing in a tip war. This anonymous person was competing with that anonymous person to try and get a top tipper. I imagine it's the same fucking person. And Phil just doesn't want to admit it because it's kind of cringe to fucking admit, oh, it's one person with the same email address. Phil can see the email address for the fucking person tipping him. It is very likely the same fucking source each time, but Phil just doesn't want to fucking admit that. Oh, for fuck's sake, it was cringe as all fucking hell. It was an interesting throwback to simpler times when Phil Burnell used to fucking get these tip wars on a more regular fucking basis and all that shit, you know. He had fucking two deadheads fucking battling it out as to who can give Phil the more money. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. But yeah, Phil had a very successful night and he is blaming RPG overloads. Just ignore the fact that Elden Ring is an RPG. Ignore the fact that he's planning on potentially bringing Final Fantasy VI into the fucking gaming rotation to replace Dragon's Dogma and Final Fantasy VII. Because Phil's like, oh, if people are going to fucking complain either way, I'm just going to play a game I want to play, which is Final Fantasy fucking VI, apparently. Yeah, and Phil's starting to stream right now, as you can fucking see. Let's just pause that some bitch. Actually, let's just play it until he's starting the fucking thing. Give me a second here. I might fucking pause it before he starts playing this shitey fucking crappy intro music. There's no point in, you know, hold on, give me a second here. Is it a short intro or a long intro? And it's going to be a short intro, I guess. Look at that miserable fucking face right from the fucking get-go. Immediately, a fucking miserable fucking pouty little face. You think somebody would be happy after fucking getting given like over $100 for playing a fucking game badly the other night, whatever, from all these anonymous fans? Anyway, fuck it. Let's get the bingo all set up and going. And I need a random number, please. Can the first random number I see in chat will be what I use for today's bingo. The first random number I saw was from Twilight Media Corp, who says 556. Let me just randomise the bingo background image, and then we'll type in that random number to just kind of randomise a card. 556. There we go. And this is today's bingo card we have for us to try and get a full house. We need Phil to, well, point at text. That's always going to be a hard one. I do hope that Phil shows off the RPG overload picture, because if he points to that, we can fucking tick off. Then we need him to say update, time, there you go, and on demand. The second row is Phil saying necessarily, him butchering the word, him saying I would argue, you guys, and that being said. Shout out to that being said. The third row is Phil saying hilarious, dude, him snorting, him saying what I mean by that is, and him saying Twitter or X. The fourth row is Phil saying honest, him scratching the stash, him saying example, fuck, and him chewing some water. And the fifth and final row is Phil saying shocked, support, day off, behind the scenes, and finally, new games. So there we go. Hopefully we can get a full house today. We were too shy the other day, but I've gone safe today with the center square. The center square today is snort. Very simple, very straightforward, almost practically a guarantee. Now, of course, the aim of the game, as you guys will know, is to try and get a full house 25 out of 25 on the bingo board you see before you on the screen. And if I manage to do that, we'll add $25 to the bingo prize fund for the month of April. We have not won a bingo yet in April, so the current prize fund is 0. We need to win bingos to add to the prize fund, so hopefully we can get a full house today, so we can get our first 25 buckaroos on the board and get us going. Now, of course, there's a variety of ways for us to get free spaces to try and get a full house on the bingo board. For example, if Phil snorts or burps 10 times before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that gives us a free space. And if we get 100 likes on this bingo stream before we finish playing bingo, not only will that give us a free space as well, but you guys also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation made by supremely talented Pixar Animations. You may have saw me press the button earlier on by mistake and show off the animation. That was a preview, I guess. That was a preview for you. If you've never seen the Bubbles animation before, that was what it looked like. Me pressing the wrong fucking button. But yeah, of course, the aim of the game, as you know, is to try and get a full house. If you want to have a chance of winning that bingo prize fund at the end of the month, you've got to make sure that you've left a comment on the community post, which is linked in the description of this live stream. Now, if you've already left a comment on there, you don't need to do it again. It's still the same community post as last month, and it's still the same names on there. So if you have like multiple names and everything, yeah, I'm going to delete your bastard and fucking names if you try to have multiple names on there. It's the same community post as last month, so it's only for people that have not yet added a name yet to that community post. You need to fucking add your name. But some people, I mean, most people are in here have already added anyway, including our last winner, Mr. Pika Fan. Mr. Pika Fan has turned up to the stream, and yeah, he's asking how we're all doing, how's everyone in chat doing. Mr. Pika Fan did not expect to win the March Bingo Marble prize draw, and yet their marble came out on top before everyone else's, and which proves the old point, you've got to be in it to win it. So if you've not yet left a comment on that community post, fucking day it before the end of the month, and it could be you that wins the April prize fund, which will hopefully get more than $0. I think, with all that being said, let me just press the random Scottish soundboard and then get underway.
Hello there.
Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, which means it's my final consecutive streaming day of the week. And based on all the discussions that we have been having this week on the show, as well as in my other streams, I have come to an important determination.
Oh, for God's sake, I forgot to go 1.25. I was wondering why it was sounding so slow. What's the point of having speed up juice if I'm not going to use a goddamn speed up juice? For goodness sake. An important termination. So, does this mean all RPGs are banned? I didn't know if I mentioned this. He's bringing back Street Fighter 6 on Friday. Do you guys not know that? I forgot to say that, yeah. Look at this shit. Paul tweeted. You know, this gif of Blanca. Friday. So yeah, he's bringing. Remember I told everyone he was burnt out on Street Fighter and fighting games in general? I guess that didn't really last too fucking long, did it? Oh crap, it's wrong thing. So yeah, he's apparently burnt out in this thing, but yet he's bringing it back on Friday. Maybe Jax Raxor has guaranteed a tip coming his way or something. Who knows? Yeah, let me just rewind this like 5 seconds so I don't miss anything important. But I guess he's not going to tell us what a termination is.
So, as well as in my other streams, I have come to an important determination. A big decision. A huge announcement. Okay, maybe not huge, but we'll talk about all this and more on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Why does he fucking do that? Like it's fucking something exciting to fucking hold off from saying the goddamn Level 1 Podcast. Like, just fucking say the goddamn fucking name of the shitey fucking show, which is not even a fucking podcast, and get on with it, you fucking boring dick. This is a fucking short intro. Good luck, everybody. Here we fucking go.
Alrighty, everybody. So let's get started. Today is Wednesday, the 3rd of April, 2024. Only 3 days away from my birthday, by the way. And
who fucking cares? Why should that matter to anyone? And 3 days away from my birthday, by the way. Fuck off, and your fucking shitey fucking birthday. You've had fucking 41 years on this planet so far. I've been an absolute toxic piece of fucking shit who nobody would fucking really miss if you should fucking vanish off the face of the fucking planet. Your fucking value to the fucking planet has been to fucking have people be relieved that they're not fucking you. You are the example of how not to fucking live your life. You're the example of how not to fucking be a good fucking person. Like, you were raised with a fucking moral compass as a fucking Catholic. Could have fucking filled me with a way you fucking throw all your fucking former friends and family under the fucking bus.
It is time for us to chill here on the show. It is my final consecutive streaming day this week, meaning tomorrow is my day off. Hope you all have a safe and fun day tomorrow, by the way. And this week has been an interesting one, to say the least. And what I mean by that is this week, we completed both Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. And as refreshing as it was to finish those games, we've kind of almost floundered a little bit about what to do moving forward. It's actually weird because having the freedom to kind of play whatever we want because we're not ingrained in insanely long RPG playthroughs and locked in for an 80-hour run, or 140 hours in some cases, where it's not definitively certain what to do. Everyone seems to have a different opinion on what I should be playing, correct? And you know what? That's a good thing. I would much rather have people have me be in demand, saying, please do this, please do this, please do this, please do this, than not care. There's nothing worse than having people just not care about what you're doing, you know? Truth is, the reason that we have the confusion and the discrepancies we're having right now is because there's so many options and people who want to see me do so many different things, right? So, all that being said, this week has been interesting. Starting up Alone in the Dark, which actually is going really well, and I'm excited to play it again today. When I'm going to understand probably 2 more streams of the game, and then we're going to wrap it up. Because it ranks around, on average, I guess it's around a 12-hour game. If you take your time, you read all the logs and everything. And right now we're 6 hours in, so you figure 2 more streams will probably wrap it up. I returned to Elden Ring yesterday. That went pretty good. I actually did much better than I expected to do. And now we'll be heading into the harder endgame content of the game, the most challenging stuff in the game coming up with this magic build. We'll see how it goes. And surprisingly enough, you know, brought back the Battlefront collection, which still doesn't work. It's still not good. It's still really wonky and bad, but it was silly fun and good for variety on this channel, correct? The one place where we are confused and floundering around and not certain of where to go is what should be that last working piece of content for the stream. And everyone has a different opinion. I'm playing Dragon's Dogma 2, and essentially it's a really slow night every time I do. And what I mean by that is attendance, engagement, and support are all usually slow when I'm playing Dragon's Dogma 2. I was playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I was really liking it, except the same exact thing was happening. Attendance, engagement, and support were all incredibly low, and I was like, do you guys really want this or not, you know? So, it seems to me, when you're taking a look at all the stuff that I'm playing, the stuff that's working is literally everything that's not an RPG, right? I mean, that's the common factor. And it's funny because people are like, yeah, but RPGs are working on other content creators' channels, and I'm not another content creator. I have a certain audience, I have a certain style of variety and fun, and I just came out of 2 insanely long RPG playthroughs. Yeah, perhaps if other content creators are known for just playing RPGs and they're sitting there nonstop playing RPGs and getting through them at an insanely rapid pace because that's how they play them, that'll work for them, but that's not me. And you know that. You know that I am a variety guy that juggles a bunch of games. I like jumping in and out. I like making progress. But I also like having the ability to change up what I do every day so that way it stays fresh. In reality, if I sat here playing RPGs all day, like let's say, for example, right now, okay, we're just going to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That's it. And I just sat here every day and I played 5.5 hours or more of gameplay of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, first stream and second stream. We would probably get through the game in 2 weeks, right? I would also lose probably 80% of my viewership, likely 80% of my support, and I'd go out of business because that's not what I'm known for. I'm not a guy that could just sit here and play a game nonstop. That's not it. The few times that I've done it, for example, when Elden Ring came out, it worked with Elden Ring for about 2 to 3 weeks, actually, because that was the hot game that everyone wanted. Why? Because, as I've explained, that year, there were games that were giant AAA hyped releases that were mainstream hits that everyone wanted to see. This has not happened in 2024. Literally, there has not been a single standout major game that's been the go-to game that everyone wants to see and or play at the same time. Instead, we've had pockets of popularity. This game over here, then this game over here, then this game over here. And everyone just kind of goes to their own corners and plays and likes the games they like, but there hasn't been one central focus. If I'm going to be playing a game nonstop, it has to be that game, that big game that everyone absolutely wants to see. And if I'm not playing it, people would complain. Elden Ring was definitely that game 2 years ago. But there hasn't been that this year. Literally, if I just play one RPG like these other content creators, I would lose my audience. Okay? So that's why I don't do it like that. And it's funny because the people who like RPGs have been coming by the channel and complaining, oh, well, you see, RPGs, there's nothing wrong with RPGs. It's your style. It's like, my style has worked for 15 years and still works.
Could have fucking fooled me. If your style really fucking works for 15 years, then why did your fucking sorry ass have to fucking get a bankruptcy to fucking save your ass? What, I mean, riddle me that then, Phil. If it works so fucking well, then why did you have to get a goddamn bankruptcy in the fucking first place? Because you fucking overspent, you fucking assumed the gravy train days were gonna fucking keep on coming, and they never fucking did, and so you blamed everyone else apart from your fucking self. It was never your fucking fault. It's a troll to blame, it's the tractors to blame, it's the fucking game developers to fucking blame. It's Twitch to blame, it's YouTube to blame, it's fucking stream elements and the Streamlabs to blame. Twitch to blame, it's everyone else's fault, eternally apart, and never his. John Rambo's fault, his parents' fault, his dead aunt's fault, Liana's fault.
Works to this day. The problem is that you're catering towards these content creators who do one-trick things. I'm known just for RPGs. I'm known just for fighting games. I'm known just for FPS. That's not me. I've always been the guy that branches out and does things in different directions, and that keeps the channel fresh and interesting. Why do you think I'm still here nearly 16 years later?
Because you have nothing else to fucking fall back on. You can't just fucking get a job, apparently, because you don't want to fucking admit defeat. Your pride won't fucking allow it. You know, it's one of those things. Phil knows that him getting an actual fucking job is basically saying the trolls are right. This is Phil's... I've said this a lot. Phil has no option but to do this every fucking day for the rest of his fucking miserable little life. And his life right now is fucking miserable. I wouldn't wish this existence on anyone. Because he has no alternative but to fucking... This is his personal purgatory. You know, he has no other thing to fucking do. It's like, what's he gonna fucking do? Go get a fucking job at Walmart? Go fucking flip burgers at Burger King and all that shit? No, he's not gonna fucking do that. His pride won't allow him to do that. Even as a part-time fucking basis. The smartest thing that Phil could possibly fucking do, right, being a realist here, is fucking get an actual job. You know, try and get any sort of work. And then do streaming as a fucking fun little side gig. You know, he could stream like a couple of hours after he's finished work, so he could work a normal job, you know, like a normal 9 to 5 or whatever push, you know, and then he can come home, have his dinner, you know, and then in the evening stream a couple of hours. That's what I fucking do for usual, you know. Like, I work during the day, then I'll come home, get dinner sorted, whatever, and then, you know, I'll do bingo for a couple of hours, whatever, in the evening, and then it works for me. Why can't it work for Phil? I don't know. It's fucking bizarre. It's so weird. But yeah, Phil was just too fucking stubborn to swallow his pride and say, you know what, I need to get a job, because he wants to fucking pretend he's been a massive fucking success story. Phil, you have been begging profusely for the last fucking decade, practically. Ever since the fucking adpocalypse happened, ever since you got, you know, the fucking ad revenue dried up, and what are you gonna fucking do for money? Oh, I'll stream and ask for money instead, directly from my fans. Ah, for goodness sake, Phil, you just can't, you know, this is what I'm saying. But yeah, if Phil's to be believed he's successful, does that mean he's not going to ask for money today? Phil's trying to tell everyone right now he's very successful with what he's done. So that means he won't ask for money today, right? He's not going to bother his audience to say, guys, if you really want to make sure you can help out right now. He's going to hold off on that speech, right? Because he's successful.
Right? I also don't do all the mainstream things the other people do, so I'm very different, and I always have been. So to hold me to this standard of, well, you're not doing what everyone else does. You're correct, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud that we do different things here, and that it feels different here, and that content is different here. So I'm not the same as everyone else out there making a promotional playthrough of these games, right? That's the other thing a lot of people don't realize, too. Why do you think a content creator would sit there for a month playing the same game? Because you get paid to. Paid promotion. Most of them have sponsorships, partnerships with companies. That's why they're doing that. They're making money on the back end as they're also doing their playthrough. Why else would they only play one game? How people are so easily fooled really, really gets me, because this happens in every walk of life today, that people are advertising to you and you just don't get it. Like, you think that it's some legit form of entertainment or a testimonial. It's a paid advertisement.
Burger.
So, the thing that really has gotten to me and really threw me for a loop was last night's stream. Now, keep in mind, I've been playing different various things, and, you know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth doesn't work. Dragon's Dogma 2, getting very slow, stale, people saying it's boring. And I'm like, on a whim, I just want to go back, and I want to try the Battlefront collection again, okay? So I go to do it, and by the way, it doesn't work. It's still broken. Just for the clarification purposes here, they really didn't fix much. Essentially what they did is they made the game feel more stable, and if you happen to get a good connection for a match, it feels decent. Like, hit detection works, damage works. But for the most part, it doesn't. For the most part, you're still firing wildly and things aren't hitting that should blatantly be hitting. Splash damage doesn't seem to work well. The connections are dropping in the middle and you teleport all over the place. I had a map I was playing on. A giant black rectangular geometric shape just appeared out of nowhere and completely blocked my view when I was sniping. And it was just a glitch, a graphical glitch. What the hell is this? Like, the game isn't even stable. It feels like a mess. It feels like they took pieces of Battlefront and they taped it together with Scotch tape. And it's like wobbling around like this. It's like... But, oh my god, everyone, let's play. And people are like bouncing around the walls and the thing's about to collapse at any moment. That's what the game feels like, okay? But here's the thing, okay? It was just silly fun. And what I mean by that is it wasn't ultra serious. There wasn't a big story. I didn't have to take down 47 certain monsters or walk halfway across a map to do the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, it was just a silly night of hilarity. Playing this game that obviously you could tell was not a very good game and wasn't working, but we had a fun interaction. We had some fun conversation. We were joking about Will Smith and J-Lo being awful musicians and making jokes. I was talking about taking an upper decker in Yoda's toilet, Wookiee cookies that are full of hair. You see what I'm saying? We were just being silly, and we were having a good time with it, right? We were just having a good, it was just a game that was silly and a hangout session. And that worked so well. It was fun. People showed up. I guess the word spread and more people started showing up. Like the view count was pretty darn good for a night stream. And then a bunch of people actually contributed. And it was everything. It was super chats, memberships, and tips. And it was a really well-doing stream in all aspects. It was fun. It was greatly attended. It was greatly supported. And I was like, so again, the point I'm trying to make is it doesn't matter what we're doing. We just need to have fun. And I hate to say it, these RPGs these days, not to say that they're bad games because I genuinely enjoy them, they don't translate into fun on a stream. They just feel like these long, arduous processes of you have to do a trickle of progress today because the game's 100 hours long. So not any one given stream will really give you any necessary progress in the game because it just takes too fucking long. And that's a problem. I've been saying over the last several years, I think video games are too long. When you're trying to play a game and you sit down and you know it's going to take you weeks to months to beat it, like I just want to get through a game that maybe is digestible, right? And I think this is a major issue with video games in the modern day. While we were all searching for more bang for your buck, correct? Like how could I say it? While we were searching for more content, right? The length of the games, correct? Essentially what happened was those games became bloated with length, and it essentially just becomes a situation where there's so much content you can't get through it anymore. And it's like, you know, this is ridiculous. Like how do I ever beat this game? You know, if it's going to take this long, it's going to be this lengthy of an ordeal. And, you know, I don't know how I'm supposed to make those games that are, you know, 60, 80, 100 hours long fun for an audience. I just don't. And by the way, apologies, because I just got a couple of emails. I'm just skimming through them. I just don't know how to do it and make it a good viewing experience because I can't really make the progress you guys are looking for. Essentially, what I'm saying is when a game is going to be that long and we're committing to months to play it, I don't know how to make that every stream entertaining. I would say the one exception to that rule was actually, what was it? Baldur's Gate 3. All right, here we go. I gotta help sort it again. Baldur's Gate 3, the reason that one worked, I feel, is because it was an experience that was unique. I've never really played a game like that long-term before. I'd never played anything in the realm of D&D before, correct? So when I sat down to play it, and by the way, it was Game of the Year last year, so everyone wanted to see me take a shot at it.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much, T Black Mage, for the super chat, who says, Jesus Christ, he looks like a guy that creeps on high school girls in 1995. That's a very, you know, very specific reference there, Black Mage. It's like, is it that particular year? Like, without a shadow of a doubt, that year. Yeah, it's a very bizarre shot. I guess it's colder right now in Renton. It might be a colder day in Renton that he's wearing this fucking ridiculous shirt.
My biggest fans are idiots.
I pressed the wrong button, but it fucking fits.
Nice shirt, 25 cents.
Those two buttons are close together, which is why I pressed the wrong button. But yeah, it's also true his biggest fans are fucking idiots.
Fuck you and your friends.
It's... I'm pressing all the fucking wrong buttons today, goddamn. Jesus, man. I mean, he did basically admit to using deliberately sexualized commentary to lure teenage audiences. You know, back when he started YouTube in 2008. So, yeah.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Warden for a super chat. It says he needs to re-roll his charisma. Just like, I mean, he must have fucking rolled a fucking negative fucking value for that one. So I didn't even know the fucking dice had negative fucking numbers. I guess Phil's did. Bugged fucking dice mechanics.
Correct? So when I sat down to play it, and by the way, it was Game of the Year last year, so everyone wanted to see me take a shot at it. It was a learning experience that worked as an interactive stream, correct? It was like, wow, completely unique, different from anything Phil would play, right? Great interaction with the audience because they're teaching him all about D&D lore, but also about the mechanics of the game. And that's why it worked. You had an invested audience that were like, oh, let's see Phil for the first time ever immerse himself in this universe. And for 140 hours, which I feel is way too long, it was still a good playthrough. Right? For the most part. I mean, there were definitely some times that it hung, right? But for the most part, I think it was a really good playthrough. But then when you jump into any other game that's going to be 60, 80, 100 hours, it's like, well, today we're going to play for 3 hours. We're probably going to kill a bunch of enemies, maybe fight a mini-boss. Maybe there'll be some story development. It just doesn't feel that exciting, right? It doesn't. Again, if I were someone who sat here for a month only playing one game, and I had a million promotions and sponsors and things to make that work, because it's not going to be the most popular thing going on every day, then it would be fine. But I don't have that liberty. I have to balance my content, okay? And when I balance my content, it makes it takes too long to finish any of these RPGs. So I think that's what it is, you know, who's really excited for Final Fantasy VII?
Oh my god, the super chat he just got. This person clearly doesn't know better. Real John Cena. Why don't you play with a friend? He clearly has no idea if Phil's life is like. Why don't you play with a friend? What fucking friends? Oh yeah, and here's where I'd play with all my friends. If I had any. Jesus fucking Christ. Why don't you play with your friends?
Fuck you and your friends.
Oh my god, it's too fucking funny. I just thought I'd have to share that super chat. I fucking made me laugh so hard.
Is there nothing on the internet that I won't masturbate to?
Scotland forever!
Sorry, I just had to kind of stall while the fucking stream had to fix itself, but it's fixed now.
And Rebirth. It's going to be like a 60-hour, 80-hour playthrough. And you know that any day that I play, I'm barely making any progress. I would think with an RPG like that, what might happen is a bunch of people wait and then sit down later and play it all or watch it all together, right? Like maybe you want to watch me play Baldur's Gate 3, but you didn't attend every stream. Instead, you sat down and you watched it in big chunks because it was all there in a playlist, right? So maybe that's what it is.
Stream's going a bit funny again. What the fuck's going on? Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Barrett Wells for a super chat who says Phil could barely get Animal Crossing characters to come to his birthday. Ugh. God. Jesus, man. Oh, well, you remember though, he's got a very special big 42nd birthday coming up. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll get better support on Saturday. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Oh, good. Oh, for fuck this face. Hold on. I must. I just seen this pause face. I must do something about this. Give me a second here. Let me, excuse me while I let my random instincts kick in here just to get the fucking, you know, there we go. Get the picture crop there. There we go. Okay, we'll go here, we'll go there. Let me just ignore profit for a little bit here, and well, I'll focus on this task. There we go, that particular face will go down quite well, I think, in my members Discord. Tacozilla is already at it, by the way. This is... You need to make him more orange. He looks kind of too... It looks bizarre if the face is that pale. He needs to be more orange. You need far more orange on that face, Tacozilla, to make that look more convincing. You know, it's just there's no enough orange. You got to make his face fucking great again. There you go. He looks bizarre in general, says Tacozilla. You're right. Thank you very much to Profit for the super chat as well. Says new PC fundraiser. No. There's nothing wrong with all that. It's all good. We're all good. We just found a funny Phil face, and now we can crack on with the bingo.
Sat down and you watched it in big chunks because it was all there in a playlist, right? So maybe that's what it is. And you know, I get it, but at the same time, my business, which is my job and my hobby at the same time, I have to maintain it. I can't have streams that are dead, right? So that's really the challenge we're finding. It's like, wait a minute. So I'm playing major RPGs like Dragon's Dogma 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, right? And people aren't showing up, they're not engaging, they're not supporting with the streams. But then I do a one-off night of a broken-ass multiplayer game, the Battlefront Collection. And we have an incredibly fun 2 hours together, just sitting, bullshitting, you know, messing around with the game, having a good time. You see the difference, right? And I think what it is I've just, this year again, it's a symptom of the games that are coming out. I've delved into too many of the lengthy RPG experiences for any of them to really feel meaningful anymore, right? So, yeah, I do feel like we're in a situation where I could mess around with other games and they don't have to be serious playthroughs, and they're probably going to do well, as opposed to me sitting here and committing to playing an incredibly long RPG that's just not going to do well. So
just quit playing RPGs. There you go.
That being said, I've come to a determination. I have. Okay? Are you ready with this? Are you ready for it? I'm gonna start playing Fortnite. No, I'm cheating. I'm not. No. That was a joke. Don't take that seriously. I'm only like 5 years late on that bandwagon if I was gonna start doing that, right? That's a joke. Okay. What I want to do is I want to freshen up the schedule. All right. And the truth is, we need to freshen up the schedule. And
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Ira for a super chat who says there's no doubt that he's coded with the dents. It's very possible. Although he's meant to have been doing that anyway all year, because every time fucking Phil goes, we need to play a new game, what we want to fucking play, he will turn to his audience and he'll fucking basically, you know, play what the game based on what they say.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Jesus Christ, Black Mage. Thank you, Black Mage, for the super chat who says if Phil had more fame and money, Courtney Love would put a double barrel in his mouth. That's a bit fucking dark, Black Mage. Calm down, pal. I do hope your recovery's going well, by the way. You know what I mean? Obviously, I imagine you're still in like recovery mode or whatever. You know what I mean? From that procedure. Yeah, dark bastard. But yeah, hopefully you're still recovering quite well. Oh, you're morbid. I mean, I guess if anyone's entitled to be morbid, it's Black Mage. You know what I mean? He's been through a lot. But yeah, Black Mage's not giving any fucks tonight. Well, thank you very much for the super chat. Phil. I mean, I'm going back to the point that Ira said about, you know, coding with dents. Pretty much. I'm pretty sure that's why he's bringing back Street Fighter 6 all of a sudden. Maybe if I can spoke to Jack Schraxer behind the scenes or whatever. And, you know, Jack Schraxer has invested in the Friday Night Fights once more. Because Phil said, yesterday I think it was as well, as quite yesterday, I'm pretty sure he mentioned, I'm still burnt out from playing all these fighting games. And yet, literally less than 24 hours later, he's announcing, by the way, Street Fighter 6 looks like it's coming back on Friday. Because he's fucking posted the Blanca gif on fucking Friday.
Oh my dog! What's up?
God's sake, Prophet. Process who can handle weed better, Phil or Black Mage? We need a poll, Jada, for fuck's sake. Why? I mean, if you insist. Who can handle weed better? For God's sake, Phil, Black Mage. Right, the poll's going. Black Mage won. Sorry, Prophet wanted a poll, so there we go. The poll's in the chat now. Who can handle weed better, Phil or Black Mage? As requested by Prophet and his bizarre shenanigans and bizarre ways. Stop, Prophet, stop bullying Black Mage, for God's sake. Black Mage is winning the poll currently with 76% of the votes.
Who? Is I want to freshen up the schedule. All right, and the truth is, we need to freshen up the schedule anyway, because Alone in the Dark is a shorter game. We're going to beat it in like 2 streams. Today and 1 more stream and it's probably done. So, here's the deal. Number 1, we are going to get some variety coming up in the streams because my wife and I are going to do a co-op playthrough of Beyond Two Souls. Okay? That's coming. It's not going to be frequent. It'll maybe be like once a week on a night, like maybe like a Tuesday or a Wednesday night, and it'll be like, you know, late night co-op with the Brunel family. It'll be fun, and it'll be interesting to see her reactions to the game because she's never played it, doesn't know the story, and I haven't seen it in like, you know, 12 years or 11 years, whenever it came out. So it's going to be a good one. I think people will really enjoy it, especially if you like her, you know, when she came into the Q&A stuff and the little bit of Dondoko Island stuff. I think it's going to be fun. We're going to both be engaged and having a good time with the game while also interacting with you guys. So that's already going to bring some variety to the streams coming up. But I want to do some more different stuff. I do. I want to try some things. I want to go outside the box, perhaps, to see, you know, how things perform and see if truly if what people have been talking about is going to be good. So here's the deal. Friday night, I'm bringing back Friday Night Fights, and Street Fighter 6 is returning to the rotation. I'm not saying it's going to be like tons of time, maybe once, twice a week, but I think Friday Night Fights is something that has worked well. And if I'm going to go back to fighting games, I'm going to go back to Street Fighter 6 because that's the one that I have investment in. I played a ton of it last year. All right. And people want to see me play more of it. They've been craving it. The whole time I was playing Tekken 8, people yelled at me, why aren't I playing Street Fighter 6? When Ed came out, people yelled at me, why aren't I playing Street Fighter 6? Okay. So that's going to come back into the rotation, at least for Fridays, and maybe another time during the week. We'll see. Okay. But just to forewarn everyone, I'm going in, you know, on a softer scale. I'm not going in super hard into ranked. What we're going to do is a casual night.
Why would anyone want to watch that? Like, I don't get... Who the fuck cares about watching anyone play casual gameplay all fucking for 2 hours? 2 fucking hours of watching someone play casual gameplay. Where's the consequences? Where's the repercussions of your fucking actions? Basically, oh my god, Phil, why? Phil, don't be such a bitch. Just fucking play ranked and see how it fucking goes. You're probably gonna be fucking playing with, like, you know, one of your master level characters anyway. You can't go down from there. You're locked into fucking master mode. So just fucking play ranked and such a bitch. Absolute bitch mode.
Just gonna play casual play, and I'm gonna use all my characters. I don't know if it'll be one character all night or if I'll alternate during the night, but I want to get back into it and I need to readjust. It's been over 2 months since I played it. Actually, the last time I played it was the end of January, right before Tekken 8 had come out. So it's been about 2.5 months since I touched it. So I got to slowly get back in. By the way, there's balance changes I need to learn that I'm not aware. Like, I think Ryu's like much better now, and that some of the top tiers are actually reduced in, you know, of how good they are. Ken no longer has a throw loop. They removed Ken's throw loop. After he throws, he gets pushed way back. So now he's not as good in the corner anymore. Hallelujah. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see me try to get back into it. I'll use my 5 characters. My 5 characters are Blanca, Honda, Zangief, Lily, and Dalcine. Now, I'm not saying that I won't eventually go and maybe try Ed or maybe other characters, but for now, I want to focus on the characters I know to get back into this. It's going to take a while. I guarantee you, it would probably take me a few weeks to get back to the swing of things in Street Fighter 6. I'm going to be rusty, okay? But this is good because this will also prepare me for when Akuma releases. That way, it's not like, oh, Akuma's out, let me play with him. Oh, I haven't played Street Fighter 6 in 6 months, and now I can't even do basics, right? That would be shitty, right?
Who fucking cares?
So, yeah, starting this Friday night Fights returns, okay? The other big announcement, you ready for this? Once Alone in the Dark completes, which will complete next week, it's not a long game, so we're definitely beating it next week. The next game that I'm going to be trying out, as a direct result of all of your feedback, I will be playing Helldivers 2, because I want...
Are you serious? Are you kidding me on? He's actually fucking going to play the popular game, which apparently wouldn't be very good in his streams. Hold on. Is this a gotcha moment? Is this a joke?
I want to see what all the hoopla is about. You guys keep bothering me about it and saying that I need to play it. And at this point, I've actually had enough that I want to check it out myself. Okay? I've seen a lot of it, and it looks good. But again, I'm not convinced that this is going to be good for my content. I feel like that kind of game is meant for someone who has an established team of friends or cohorts who are going to jump in and do team-based combat together and communicate.
Cohorts. It's like, hey, well, what are you doing tonight? I'm playing with my cohorts in Helldivers. Don't bother me. Are they not your friends? No, they're cohorts. I was like, what the fuck? What the... My gaming colleagues. Fucking cohorts. Oh, you fucking alien, Phil. You're a goddamn fucking alien. I want to hear that one more time.
Convinced that this is going to be good for my content. I feel like that kind of game is meant for someone who has an established team of friends or cohorts who are going to jump in and do team-based combat together and communicate. I don't think it's good for drop-in, drop-out gameplay, which is what I do. You know what I'm saying? But since you guys want it, I'm going to try it. And if it fails, it's not a huge deal, right? Isn't it only...
If it fails, you'll blame your audience and say, I fucking told you so. If it doesn't do well for you, you are going to be so obnoxiously fucking arrogant and say, look, I fucking told you, morons in the fucking chat that asked me to play this fucking game. I told you it wouldn't do well for me. I told you it wouldn't generate success. I told you it wouldn't get me support in dollars and tips and contributions. I told you people would be bored. And you blame the game, you blame your audience, but it won't be your fault though. Never is your fault, Phil.
Like $30 or something like that?
Oh my god! What's up?
Thank you very much, Petche, for the super chat who says, cohorse. That is all. Cohorse. Good one. I mean, I've seen co-snorts as well. Someone said co-snorts instead of cohorts. And that was a good one as well. Jesus, yeah. There's too many. There's too many good ones. But cohorse is good.
I'm going to try it. And if it fails, it's not a huge deal, right? Isn't it only like $30 or something like that? That's what someone said. They said it's on PS5. It's like $30. So it's not a huge deal to try it. And if it doesn't work, I mean, I just wasted $30 on the Star Wars collection. So I might as well waste it.
Phil, you have made over $200 playing that Star Wars collection. You've made your money back.
Oh my god! What's up?
Thank you very much to Barrett Wells for super chat. It says, always said that Phil will contradict any stance he takes if it means money. He's been speedrunning these contradictions lately. Big ups desperation. He really is seemingly getting desperate. And I think it's partially provoked by, I think more so than anything else, he's actually quite concerned with the YouTube money he's getting from March that he'll get paid in April. That could be it, you know what I mean? He was also trying his best to kind of make things work up until the end of the month, you know? And then that happened, obviously, on the Sunday for the last day, whatever. So since Monday onwards, start a brand new month, no more YouTube money counting towards last month's fucking, you know, obviously he'll get paid for March and mid-April. And yeah, it's pretty much that, you know. I mean, to me, I feel like it's pretty much he's more concerned with how he's going to start. He needs YouTube to do better, basically. That's why he's making all these big sweeping changes out of fucking nowhere. He needs his YouTube side of things to start doing better for himself. And of course as well, he needs WWE Champions money. I mean, I didn't share this earlier on. I should have tweeted earlier on. What do you call it? So, Dark to the Flow shared a screenshot of Dudy's video.
Oh my dog, what's up?
So first of all, thank you very much to Ira for super chat. It says the Helldivers has always on friendly fire. I doubt he's going to make it through a full stream. People are going to team kill him, thinking he's a weird fat buck. Jesus Christ, that would be hilarious. If Phil kept getting team killed because people think he's one of the fucking people you need to kill, well, he's fucking monster bugs or whatever. Oh, Jesus Christ, nah. Phil was going to team kill so many of his own fucking, you know, colleagues, his cohorts. You know, was, oh shit, I've killed another cohort, my bad. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go. It'll probably go well in a money sense, but I don't think it'll go well in a gaming sense. But yeah, as I said though, I didn't share this earlier on. So did he made a video? I think the other day, essentially. You know, yesterday, showing that Phil had spent. You know, Diddy was claiming Phil had spent $3,777 in the month of March on WWE Champions. I broke it down a little bit more than that, just to kind of show my own calculations from TJ's, you know, data. My figures are all from TJ Gamebox. I don't know if Diddy does the same thing. So for the month of March on its own, it's between $2,597 and $2,994. If you include the 1st of March, and that's sorry, 1st of April, I mean, that goes up to between 3,238 and 3,885. And as I said in this tweet here, between the 2nd of March and the 1st of April, basically within the space of a month, Phil has spent over $3,000 in WWE Champions. And this is the minimum, remember. This is the absolute minimum Phil has spent in the space of a month, from the 2nd of March to the 1st of April. That's the bare minimum, 3,238. Over $3,000 on a mobile game in the space of a month is just insanity. It's just mind-boggling insanity. But this is why Phil's a lolcow. This is why he is who he is, and this is why he should never be jealous of his fucking successful fucking streams. Anytime Phil gets a good stream, anytime the whales turn up and give him all sorts of fucking money, he is not fucking putting that towards something, you know, good and useful in his life. He's not going to fucking have some sort of amazing experience with that money. He's going to do the same old shit he always does with that money. He's going to fucking plunder it all back into WWE Champions and then go straight back onto stream an hour or two later and go, guys, please support me for fucking bills. I have 2 big bills coming up this month. You know, it's a very tight month. Support's been tight. The Argentinian membership's really hurt my business. And so on, and so on, and so on. The cycle never ends. The grift always continues.
It's another $30 at least on a game that's popular that people want to see me try. Okay. Is it $40? Well, semantics, not a big deal, right?
Semantics, not a big deal. So you make a big deal about his fucking dollars all the time. You know, not a big fucking deal. Phil does not value the dollar, essentially. That's my big takeaway. He doesn't respect the value of a dollar and what it means to some people compared to him.
So I think I'm going to try it and we'll see what happens. Okay, I do. I'll see what happens. Here's the funny part too, is because people are like, oh, you should play with community members, you should play with this. Number one, I don't even have a microphone. Realize that, right? I have not had a microphone this entire console generation because I don't play those kind of games. So I don't even have a way to communicate with anyone online. It wouldn't work.
Get one. Then go to Amazon Prime right now and order yourself a very cheap microphone.
Or, you know, that's number one. Number two, I don't have a way to really sort through that or anything. Right now, trying to do like member stuff would never work because people can buy memberships for pennies. So you can't do a members only thing because there could literally be an infinite number of members at any moment that it's meaningless, you know? So there's really no way to do that. All right. But I want to give it a shot. I want to see what this is. I want to figure out. It's funny. So what about high tier members? It's the same. You can literally buy an ultra membership on anyone's channel for like a penny. I'm not kidding. That's not even exaggeration. That's how fucked up this YouTube exploit is. Memberships are utterly meaningless. You can't do anything that's member related. Anyone could get access to it for nothing. Okay.
Who fucking cares?
So, I'm interested in seeing what this game is and if it's good, because you guys have talked about it nonstop for 2 months. And you listen, I follow social media. Yeah, social media is always a buzz about Helldivers 2. There's memes, there's gameplay footage, there's talk, and I've watched some of the gameplay footage, and the game looks good. In fact, the graphics are really good. I'm shocked that the game that was not made by a AAA studio looks that good.
Burger.
The closest comparison I can make, do you remember when Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice came out, and everyone was like, what the hell is this game? And then people played it, they were like, what? Why does it look like amazing? Like, it's cinematic, right? Like, so much detail in the graphics or whatever. That's what Helldivers 2 looks like. Like, why does it look that good? It really shouldn't, but man, I understand why people get into it if it looks that good and it plays that good. So, that will be what I'm going to be checking out next. So, we're going to finish Alone in the Dark, and then we're going to jump into Helldivers 2 and see what it is. All right. If it does well, if people tune in and like it and want to see more of it, then I would consider doing more content with it. If I play it a couple times and if it becomes another Pal World where we play it a few times and it really doesn't catch on after a few streams, that's okay. It's not a super expensive game, so I'm not too worried about it. But I feel like, just out of curiosity's sake, enough people are going to show up to check it out because people have asked me for this for months, and everyone keeps leaving comments and everywhere they're like, you're missing the boat. Everyone wants it. Why don't you give people what they want? Fine. Fine. If you would much rather see me try Helldivers 2 to continue on with another 60 to 80 hour RPG, then I'll give you what you want. We'll play Helldivers 2. I'm okay with that. Okay? Fair enough? I hope so. Because again, I keep hearing this, I keep hearing these things, these issues. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be sure that this is what people want and that this is going to work. All right? So I hope that you will join me. Is this a new microphone? No. This is exactly the same microphone I use every single day. Look, it looks exactly the same. Why? The audio feels different. I haven't adjusted anything. I haven't adjusted any of the audio.
The person might have not been around for a while, Phil. They're probably not used to fucking seeing a different pop filter on it and you fucking having different filters on your microphone. It could be somebody that's not in the loop, essentially. But you're going to fucking just assume that it's someone that's been there all the time to fucking see all these changes you fucking implemented. I'm calling it now. He's going to play Helldivers. He's going to get some money for it, but he's going to fucking hate the goddamn game. He's going to hate the fucking aspect, you know, the whole... He won't be able to fucking play well with other people. Especially since he won't communicate with other people. And then he's going to fucking blame his teammates for trying to work together when he's refusing to work with them. He'll storm it himself or whatever. He is going to be an absolute shit show. And then he's going to fucking blame the audience for asking him to play a game that he said he's going to be all... I guarantee you. He's going to fucking pull the I told you so card on his audience when he fucking drops the game after, you know, 2 streams, 3 streams.
Filters? I haven't adjusted the volume. I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue why you would think that. I'm looking here just to make sure nothing's changed. Filters, here they are. It's all exactly the same filters. I actually haven't adjusted them at all yet. I was thinking of adjusting them, and here's why. Because the other day I was whistling on a stream, and apparently all of my whistles got muted. Like, literally all of them. And people were like, that's weird, because when you whistled, people used to be able to hear you whistle, and now they can't hear you whistle anymore.
Thank fuck for that. Thank you, OBS filters, for fucking stopping his dumbass whistling.
Because of, these filters you put on your microphone. And I'm like, well, I guess that's the price you pay in order to not hear the giant screeches, or when I go, oh, and I scream or whatever, it doesn't blow your ears out, right? So, we'll see, but no, I don't think there's anything wrong with my mic or anything, unless you guys think the mic's breaking. It looks like it's registering fine here in OBS.
Microphone fundraiser confirmed.
So, anyway, so yeah, that's the deal. So now, allow me to give you an idea of what the schedule looks like, because this is going to completely change things. Okay? In fact, would you guys like to try Helldivers 2 tonight?
Nope.
Instead of Dragon's Dogma?
Nope.
Would you like that?
Nope.
Phil, what happened to fucking having a set schedule so your audience knows what's fucking happening and so you don't fucking throw them off guard by fucking confusing them all by changing things on the fly? This is coming across as extreme desperation to suddenly just say, I'm going to play it tonight. This is absolute fucking cringe desperation, man. Dragon's Dogma 2, he doesn't win our $7 stream. He's not even giving it one more chance. He's wage quitting that son bitch right now, and he's going to just play it immediately tonight, fucking out of nowhere. He's going to have some random denthead turn up tonight, thinking, oh great, it's Dragon's Dogma 2. I like seeing Phil play that game. And Phil's going to be like, yeah, I changed it at the last fucking second. Get fucked and give me money.
How do you guys feel about that?
Who fucking cares?
We'll change the schedule for tonight. What do you think about that if I change the schedule for tonight to play Helldivers 2 instead of Dragon's Dogma on the late stream.
So this, it's a shame it's not on a card, but this is Creepy Whisper.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Grease Monkey for a super chat who says, Hell Divers will save the business. I mean, it might do. It might do. So yeah, what you know what I would fucking like? If Hell Divers is actually successful for him, and he enjoys it and does well on it, I would like him to apologise to his fucking audience for ignoring their fucking requests for so long and claiming they didn't know what they're fucking talking about. Phil has told his audience, you've got no idea what you're talking about, I know it won't work for my content, I know it won't work for my style of content. Can you, so if it actually does help his channel and fucking turn things around for him temporarily, it would be nice if Phil actually acknowledged that and says, you know what, I thought I knew better, I was wrong. And apologise to his audience. But no, that's never going to fucking happen because Phil's never wrong. He's not allowed to be fucking wrong, is he? Guys, thank you for liking the stream. We apparently have 100 likes, and we've unlocked a free space for the bingo card. And we're one snort away from a second free space as well. Of course, as well as you guys liking the stream will ever get a free space, you guys also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation made by supremely talented Pixar Animations. Remember, keep an eye on the bottom right for Jasper to do his thing. And now I'm going to press the button intentionally this time to play the animation. Yeah, press the right button. Okay, shut up, Jasper. Good cat. I love that fucking cat. Anyway, thank you guys for liking the stream as I said, and yeah, hopefully we can get a full house today for this bingo card. Is doing quite well so far.
Most people are saying yes, but some people are screaming no and doing facepalm emotes. But most people are saying yes. And thumbs up. Absolutely, double thumbs up. So serious. And then some people are saying, why are you so close to the microphone? I actually don't know. I got a little too close there.
That's funny.
Would you like to do that? Would you like to give it a shot tonight? Because the thing is, if we play it tonight, at least I get like a taste, a preview of it. Right? So we'll know what it is. And then, if it's good, that's something that we can start up, right? Yes? Most people in chat are agreeing that this is what we should do tonight. We should try it. Okay. So I guess what I'm going to do is after we finish Alone in the Dark, I'm going to hook up my PS5, and during the break, I'm going to buy and download Helldivers 2 for my PS5, and we're going to try Helldivers 2 on tonight's late stream. Okay? I sound like a late-night radio DJ when I talk like this. That's what I'm being told in the chat. So, ladies and gentlemen, get ready.
Who fucking cares?
DSP Gaming come to you live from Renton, Washington. Here today on YouTube.
That's funny.
There you go.
I would mute him if I could, but I don't want to miss anything for the bingo board. The sacrifices that we make to play bingo, most people would just have the option of muting him and not have to worry about, oh, we might have fucking missed something on the bingo board. This is one of the downsides of fucking playing bingo. We must endure these awful fucking gimmicks of us, these little bits of us. What I will do is go 1.5 speed, because this is torture.
Great. Is it too late to refund Dragon's Dogma 2? Yes, it is. What's up, Jade? How you doing? Jade, did you hear the news? Tonight I'm doing something different. I'm trying Helldivers 2. Dab Hands is very upset with me because Dab Hands says he's European and he would not be able to tune into the Helldivers 2 stream. Well, all I have to say to that is stay up late and watch. Or... What do you mean stay up late and fucking watch, Phil? We're not like you can fucking stay up till fucking 3 AM with fucking a bottle of gin in one hand and WWE champions in the other. Most people fucking have to fucking go to sleep at a reasonable fucking time because they have their fucking real life commitments like fucking work or whatever. We can't all just stay up late and a fucking drunken stupor like you. Watch on demand after the fact, as the videos will be uploaded immediately following the conclusion of the stream.
So, Phil said on demand. That's our first bingo of the game.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
He is irritating as all hell today. This is just sheer fucking... Ugh. I fucking hate it.
You hear DSP Game. Okay.
I guarantee you, if he does that 3 more times, I'm going to give us a free space. Phil has this ability, or maybe it's an inability, to not understand when to stop doing the bit. He leaned in at first to the microphone to blever.
She's a big fucking bitch.
Thank you. Thank you very much to Grease Monkey for his super chat who says bingo. There we go. Yep, indeed it is a bingo. Thank you very much for that. Phil has his ability, or inability, whatever you want to call it. He doesn't know when to stop doing something. But so he leans into the microphone and whispers, and the audience like, that's kind of funny, Phil. You will see that and go, great, I'm going to keep doing it. Again and again. And it's like, no. You don't need to keep doing it, Phil. You got a lot of, your audience like, yeah, look at you sound like a radio DJ. Okay, move on. Then just continue to show it normally. But he can't grasp that. He lacks the social awareness to understand that it kind of gets quite stale quite quickly. So if he leans in 3 more times to this whisper thing, I'm giving us a free space. I'm putting my foot down and determined, yeah, this is a one-off thing. This is only for tonight only. An extra free space opportunity if Phil leans in 3 more times to that creepy whisper.
Yeah, the truth is, here's the truth. I got tired of people making excuses. Because I hate to say it, every time that I say RPG overload this year, too many RPGs. Oh no, it's you, it's your streaming schedule, it's this, it's that. I'm just tired of it. Because here's the truth. Last night I did a random stream of a whack-ass game, and we had great attendance, great support, great everything. It's not me. Whenever I go out of my way and I try something different, and we have a fun, wacky stream, everything goes fine. But if I play an insanely long, droning-on RPG, people fall the fuck asleep. So I'm tired of playing insanely long, droning-on RPGs at this point. I mean it. Like, I know that the vast majority of major games that have been coming out have been long, droning-on RPGs. But I'm just tired of them.
Thank you very much to Only Ice Barley for becoming a bingo baddie. Yes, thank you very much. We're very kind of us. So there we go. We have a new member on a list. There we go. Also, Barrett Wells is listed a video. Am I going to regret clicking on his YouTube link, Barrett Wells?
I've never been a quitter. Why, I've never known when to quit. Just ask my 4th grade teacher.
He never knew when to quit. Oh.
What the fuck is that? I don't. So I've never seen that. I have no idea what the fuck that was. But thank you, Barrett Wells, for sharing that. But that's a fucking. I have no idea. Never seen it. That's just. That reference flew way the fuck over my head. People were saying it's Ernest. I've never seen Ernest. No, D-Dog's confused. I've never seen Ernest. I've never seen Ernest. Never seen it. Don't even know if I've heard of it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not entirely sure what the fuck it is. But then again, I am a strange creature with some strange tastes. So there you go. But yeah, that's Barrett Wales' contribution to the stream by confusing the crap out of me. Gregor says I got some homework. Okay, I've got homework. Like just like if Vega's got homework. If Vega's still not watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit, don't let him forget that. He needs to watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Vega. So there we go. Just make sure he doesn't forget that shit. And I'll maybe check a fucking synopsis of fucking The Ernest. Ah, for fuck's sake, it's fucking gone. Hold on.
Welcome to Operation Mindfuck.
There we go.
I also want to do something different. I'm tired of this shit. I am. So I had enough. Like really, last night was just evidence to me, and I'm like, I just got to do fun stuff again. Enough with these insanely droning on playthroughs that go nowhere. You know, I can't. I'm not gonna sit here. Oh, 2.5 hour stream, and we completed 0.0005% of the story, right? And killed 400 more generic monsters. Enough is enough. So I'm drawing the line. Tonight we're changing things, okay? And I hope that you guys will be here for that, and we'll give it a shot, all right? And we'll see what happens. So, as of now, today's schedule is as follows: Alone in the Dark, which I'm happy to continue. I love this game. It's a great survival horror game. To hell with all the reviewers who panned this game. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a super fun game, and I'm excited to play more of it today. So, Alone in the Dark today, and then tonight we're trying out Helldivers 2 for the very first time. Now, this obviously is a change and an announcement, so I hope that you guys will tell everyone about this, because right now I'm just coming to this determination on the podcast.
Guys, tell all your cohorts about this change. And tell your friends too, if you happen to have them. Phil doesn't. But yeah, tell all your cohorts that Phil Burnell has changed his schedule. And he's playing Helldivers tonight. Who am I going to tell? Who am I going to fucking tell? Hold on. Let me fucking run to Twitter right now. Let me run to Twitter. Guys! Phil is playing Held. Yeah, what's even... There you go. I've done my duty. I've done my fucking duty. I tweeted. I've told all my cohorts and friends and followers on Twitter or X or whatever. There you go. Phil's playing Helldivers tonight. Tell your cohorts. Fantastic stuff. There you go. I've done my bit. You're welcome, Phil. I think I pause Phil and try to play it again. It fucking goes weird. That's my bad. And it's fixed.
And a lot of people may be under the impression that I'm doing Dragon's Dogma 2 tonight. I want people to show up for Helldivers 2. Alright, so please spread the word. I will do my best. In fact, how about I post up right now? Would you like me to do that? Here's what I'm going to do.
Where are you posting, Phil?
Number one, I'm going to change this.
Say it. Say it. Say update in Twitter. Keys 2.
I'm going to change the stream information. The only bummer is, there's absolutely no way for me to change the thumbnail unless I don't have a Helldivers thumbnail to put on the stream. So unless I just go downloading thumbnails now from somewhere, which, you know, this is so dumb the way that YouTube does it. You can't just remove a thumbnail. I know that sounds really stupid. You can't. I can't just remove the thumbnail from the stream for tonight. There's no option to do that on YouTube because that's such an advanced thing to do, to remove a fucking thumbnail. So now what I have to do is I have to go and I have to try to find a Helldivers 2 picture to throw in there on the fly during my fucking podcast. Which is really dumb. But
this is... You're the one that caused the situation, Phil.
I have to, like, here, I like this picture.
You're stealing other people's content for your thumbnail. You're profiting off of the work of other people. Okay.
Can I save this picture? Save image as. Nope. Can't do that. Doesn't work. What about this one? Save image as. Nope. Wait. Nope. It's so dumb. I try to get quick pictures. I can't even do it. It's such a chore to do anything on the fucking internet these days. It's ridiculous. This one. Okay, this one works. I had to go through 4 different ones.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much, Tay Warren, for the super chat. Who makes a very good point, actually. Now that the hype is over, he's going to play it. It's an excellent fucking point. Phil has kind of missed a train for when his game was at the height of its fucking popularity. I know it's still quite popular game now, but a lot of the hype has died down. And he's kind of late to the party. But that didn't stop Baldur's Gate 3 though from being popular. Well, he waited a long time to play Baldur's Gate 3, and when he eventually did, it did well for him financially. Even if it did kill the channel.
Here, so I'm just going to name it Helldivers. Okay. Alright, so there we go. And then I can then change this. This. File is bigger. Oh my god, the file size is too big for YouTube thumbnail, folks. It's too big. I can't use it because the file size is too big. I hate this fucking thing. This is what I mean. Like, everything is a fucking chore on YouTube. I can't just delete my thumbnail.
And delete YouTube. You don't do your business on YouTube. If you don't like how YouTube operates their business, then you can just fucking leave the fucking website and go elsewhere, you entitled little dick. YouTube doesn't fucking make you happy. YouTube's fucking problematic, then fuck the fuck off their website. Nobody's fucking forcing you to stay on the goddamn website. You fucking choose to use a business and you fucking got to adapt it, or you can just bugger the fuck off.
I can't add a new thumbnail because the file size is too big. Get the fuck out of here. It's so ludicrously fucking lame and stupid the way they run this fucking site. It's like a bunch of fucking dumbass lazy monkeys bouncing around a room that's padded and they're tossing bananas back and forth between each other. And this is how they run their major fucking billion-dollar business. Now I gotta fucking I have to open this picture in Paint, which I can't even see. Oh my god, this is fucking stupid as shit.
This is incredible. Open. It's so fucking
Waste my
bad.
fucking time. Here it is. Okay, now I gotta resize the fucking thing.
Look at him, guys.
How do I resize it?
He's making his own thumbnail.
No, that's not it. Resize.
Oh my god.
Pixels.
This is hilarious.
What is it? 1920 by 1080 is the ratio, I believe. 1920 by 1080.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Barrett Wells for the super chat. It reminds us all, but please buy YouTube Premium. DSP is constantly telling his audience, buy YouTube Premium. So Phil is very happy to tell everyone to buy YouTube Premium. But then he's going to say YouTube's a fucking piece of shit billion-dollar business that doesn't know how to operate. it's fucking glorious. It's fucking glorious. Oh, fuck me, man. D-Dog says, asking, is the lefty photo you sent me need to do his tech support? Yeah, I have a bit of a fucking... Hold on, let me show you guys what D-Dog means by this. Have you ever seen a picture... You know Lefty, right? You know, from Taken L stream? You know Lefty? I keep making fun of him for looking like one of the French tech support guys from the IT crowd. And I'll show you what I mean, okay? So, whenever I see Lefty, I think of like this guy from. The thing is, though, Lefty shaved his mustache. So he without the mustache, it's not as an obvious a reference. But I feel like this dude was quite close to Lefty before he shaved his stash off, and he won't grow the stash back, Lefty. His good lady won't let him grow the stash back. She's stopping him from growing back the stash. So really, it's hard to compare the two these days. But yeah, when I said that at first to Lefty, I don't think he was amused. To me, as soon as I saw Lefty, that was the impression I got. You know, the French tech support guys from IT crowd. Oh, for God's sake! I'm a bad person. I know. I'm a bastard. But yeah, maybe French tech support can help fill out with this issue.
Okay, and then I gotta save it as a JPEG. So hopefully that will shrink the file size enough that it's small enough that fucking YouTube can use it. This is the dumbest shit. JPEG. Here we go. Here. New helldivers.jpg. Let's see if this is small enough. New helldivers.jpg. Okay? Fucking piece of shit. It better be small enough. I do all this work on the podcast because YouTube is such a piece of dog shit.
Like all this work on the podcast. Well, it's easy to do like bingo shit, you know what I mean? Like give us a second here. What's the hold on? What's the fucking thing? Hold on. Let's see if I can get this fucking thing loaded up. I do this sometimes for you guys. Like I fucking show like bingo. My thumbnails. I use a website called Canva, right? So like, you know, I use this shit. I have a template for my bingo, whatever, you know what I mean? And I try and, you know, so if I were to change it to like the 4th of April or something, you know, and then like what else do you fucking do? Like I don't fucking know, like let's see, what was some of the fuck? Hold on, give me a second here. So I have, oh my god, what the fuck? Look, this picture from earlier on. There we go. Nice and easy, thumbnail sorted. There you go, it's tomorrow's part, thumbnails tomorrow, there we go. Easy as that. Nice and simple. Also, Jesus Christ, man, Tacozilla has been at it again. I need to share Tacozilla's fucking pictures again. He's been really busy. D-Dog did this. Tacozilla made DSP more orange. And in that regard, Tacozilla did this as well. I don't know, Tacozilla's having way too much fun with us right now. Meester's joined in the act and also made Phil more orange. This is getting a bit overboard. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, thumbnails are easy for me. I just fucking... So I do what I need to do on this website. Then I use a snipping tool. The Microsoft built-in snipping tool. I use that to fucking crop around, you know, and I save the image that way using a snipping tool. Just go around the fucking edge of it and save the damn thing. You know what I mean? I just realised fucking didn't change... There. Ah, for fuck's sake. Lowercase. There you go. Fantastic. So yeah, that's part of tomorrow's fucking thumbnail sorted, and Phil's like, oh, this is so hard. I downloaded a picture, but it's too big, so now I've got to make the picture smaller, and this is ruining my podcast. And for fuck's sake. But yeah, just to clarify, this was Tacozilla. This was D-Dog. Male beggar, blow up inflatable sex doll, comes with rustic farts and snorts. The eyes will follow you. Keep away from sharp objects and wallets. You got Wings up there, you got Boogie, you got a Cobra, you got whoever this fucking bizarre looking creature is, and you got fucking Stuttering Craig. $10.99 in Great British Pounds. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ. Cyrax, okay, yeah, it could be Cyrax, yeah. And then you got DSP as an orange, Tacozilla. Oh, for goodness sake. Anyway, let's get on with the goddamn bingo.
Now where did it save it? Here it is, new Helldivers. Now it's working. It's only 10 minutes of work to get a fucking thumbnail on YouTube. Alright, so it says it's happening, Helldivers 2 premiere. I just gotta change the game name to Helldivers 2, because I think the game said Dragon's Dogma 2. Let me find that down here. There it is. Helldivers 2. Okay. Save. Alright, so now all the stream data for tonight has been changed, okay? So now everyone will know that tonight I'm playing Helldivers 2 if they look at the channel, but now I need to post, obviously, an update everywhere so people...
Hey, Phil said updates, there we go.
Burger.
Well, Phil said Twitter or X.
Now everyone will know that tonight I'm playing Helldivers 2 if they look at the channel, but now I need to post, obviously, an update everywhere so people are aware of this big change. Okay? So...
Say it, Phil. Say Twitter or X.
Huge announcement. We just decided live on the stream, or on the podcast, that tonight's late stream is not Dragon's Dogma 2. I said Dragon's Dogman 2. But instead, I'm going to try out Helldivers 2 for the first time. Join me at 6:45 p.m. PDT for the hilarity and first impressions live.
Did Phil say hilarity? Did Phil just say hilarity there? Because who did it? I'm counting that we said it.
At 6:45 p.m. PDT for the hilarity and first impressions live.
Yeah, he said hilarity. I'm counting that.
Burger?
There you go. Okay. Copy. Here we go. That's now on Twitter.
Hey, Phil said Twitter. Fucking finally.
Burger.
We're doing well.
Let me post that on my channel so people are aware. There you go. So, I'm listening to all your feedback, and let's see if this truly works or not. I hope it does. I hope that it's playable. I hope that it's fun. I don't know. I'm trusting you guys. And we're giving it a shot tonight. Okay? Oh, really? Lady Christmas says there's a website called TinyPNG that will compress images for you like instantly. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Thank you. That's good advice. So, today it's Alone in the Dark on the day stream and Helldivers 2 on the late stream. I'm off tomorrow. I come back on Friday.
Hold on. Can you repeat what you just said there, Phil?
I'll have to look into that. Thank you. That's good advice.
Did I just mishear that, or...?
So, today it's Alone in the Dark on the day stream and Helldivers 2 on the late stream. I'm off.
Yeah, I did mishear it. When he said day stream, then late stream, to me it sounded like he said the same thing twice. But it wasn't, it just sounded somewhere. Day stream, then late stream.
Tomorrow. I come back on Friday with, Elden Ring continuing, which we're going to the harder parts of the game now. And then, on the late stream is the return of Friday Night Fights, Street Fighter 6. It'll be casual play, but it'll be fun to get back into the game.
It won't. It's not fun to watch casual play, Phil. Not for 2 goddamn hours. It'll be boring. There'll be no consequences for your fucking actions. If you win, who cares? If you lose, who cares? There is nothing at stake.
Saturday's my big birthday bash marathon event. There's going to be food. There's going to be booze. There's going to be birthday cake. There's going to be a schedule update where we go through the game schedule for the whole year and pick out the best games that I want to play and figure out when we can plug in other games and what games to plug in. There's going to be a fun retro react session where I'm going to be reacting to my biggest videos of all time on YouTube. From all of my YouTube channels, we're going to look at the million view videos and watch them and react to them and likely laugh at the commentary and the outdated stuff, but it's going to be a great celebration stream of
million views, interesting number. I'm not going to do it.
Fun and birthday festivities, okay? What else can we do that day? Whatever. Do you want me to play Street Fighter 6? Do you want me to do some Helldivers 2? We can play whatever you want. During the birthday stream, it's going to be a party-like atmosphere. Sunday is React Day. It's going to be DSP versus the Internet on DSP React, and then it's going to be Retro React Premiere, The Walking Dead Season 1, Episode 1 on DSP Throwback on the late stream. And then on Monday, we'll likely try to finish Alone in the Dark, and we'll see what we want to do Monday night. We do whatever. And then basically once Alone in the Dark is done, I might start playing more Helldivers, okay? And go from there, all right? So there you go. And by the way, yes, next week, likely, we might do the co-op playthrough, starting up with Cat as well, either Tuesday or Wednesday night. We'll see. Okay? How does that sound? Does that sound good? Is that enough variety for you? You might have noticed something. No fucking insanely long RPGs in there. Although you might say, well, Elden Ring is. Well, Elden Ring's a different animal entirely.
Elden Ring is an action RPG. If the game developers have called their own game that they made an RPG, then you are not entitled to fucking say it's not an RPG. You're trying to fucking say that the people that made the fucking game are wrong. They know what they fucking made, Phil.
I'm just so done with these long RPGs that go nowhere at this point. Really, I am. Like, it's a shame because there's so many of them and they're fine games, but there's just too fucking many of the same game in a short period of time, period. Okay? Period. And I'm done with it. I'm just done with it. I'm done with these insane amount of RPGs. I've had enough of my fill and my overload of them. We just got out of 2. Why the fuck are we playing more? Right? Like, fuck this. I just had enough of this shit. Okay? Good? Sounds good? A lot of people seem to think this is a good idea. So, okay. Good. Let's give this a shot. Let's see how it goes. All right, and I hope it works out. Because again, this is directly based on your feedback. This is directly based on what I'm seeing on the streams. Play RPG, boredom and fail. Play literally any other fucking game, people get excited. So I think it's time. It's time for a change. And again, not saying that there will never be RPGs again, but this has just been the biggest, most annoying fucking year for RPGs, all coming out at the same time, and I'm putting my foot down at this point and saying, no mas. No mas. No quiero RPG. No mas. Okay. Lady Christmas says it's just like the endless Call of Duty clone FPSs in the late 2000s. Way too many, even if you enjoy them. Bailey says, thanks for listening to us, even if it took you 3 months to listen. You have to understand that I am stubborn. And like I keep telling you guys, I love RPGs. I do. I love them. Why do you...
You got to understand that I am stubborn. Fucking hell. You got to realize as well that if these don't fucking do well for him financially, he will fucking make sure you don't hear the end of it. All the audience are going to go, oh my god, he is going to fucking hold us over our heads for the longest time if it doesn't generate the fucking dollars he expects and demands.
I think I like to play them, and I want to play them, but it's just they don't catch on that well. You know, the Baldur's Gate 3 was the one example where people wanted to see me get through this because it meant so much to them that you had a crowd that were willing to come out and support them. But that's an anomaly. Like a Dragon was the opposite. Very rarely did we get good attendance or support for Like a Dragon, but I still toughed it out and played it and really enjoyed the game. But I just can't keep playing them over and over and over. I can't. I have to do something different. So it's time to do something different, okay? In truth, again, I'm not sold that Helldivers 2 is going to work, but since you guys have asked for it enough, I want to try it. You know what I mean? I don't know, though. I'm not convinced it's going to work for my style. And no, I'm not changing my style of content to be team-based gameplay with a group of dedicated people. That's just not me. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we got to see how it goes. Right? We got to see how it goes and go from there. All right? Okay. So, I hope that was a big enough shock for you. The return of Friday Night Fight Street Fighter 6 and the possibility of Street Fighter 6 being in the rotation again and trying out Helldivers 2 and at this point kind of dropping RPGs because I've had enough. Now, I'm not saying that we're not going to have RPGs ever again. I'm just saying I can't keep playing them if no one cares about them right now. And I don't blame you for not caring about them right now. We've had enough. We've had our fill. This is exactly what it is. It's another food analogy. You're sitting at a table and someone brings you a delicious plate of pasta. You eat it. Oh, it's amazing. It's delicious. So good. Then someone immediately puts down another delicious plate of pasta. Okay, I love it. This is amazing. Now someone comes down and puts another plate of pasta in front of you, but then next to you, they put a delicious roast duck. Well, I just had 2 plates of pasta. There's a really good looking roast duck right there. Should I eat the pasta or should I have the roast duck? And then while you're making that decision, someone comes over here and puts down an amazing, I don't know, what would be a rack of lamb or something, right? Or barbecue.
Isn't it nice for Phil to share what his usual day off experience is like with Kat at a restaurant? It's very nice of Phil to share this kind of behind the scenes thing that nobody ever gets a look at. How usually the fucking dinners are prepared. It's just multiple plates getting piled on top of one another so Kat can consume.
Cute food over here, right? And it's like, do you want to keep eating the pasta? You already had it twice. You want to keep eating that pasta or you're going to go and reach for the other things now? Right? I think that's what it is. People get tired of the shit. And I don't disagree with that at all. I agree with you that it's too much. We've now been doing RPGs nonstop since December. And now it's like, oh, another one. No. If anything, the RPG in the rotation right now should be Elden Ring. Because that's the one I need to be playing to get back into it, to get to the end of the game and prepare for the DLC in June. That way we don't have Elden Ring overload if I have to rush to do that before the DLC comes out in June. Now is definitely the time, right? So, don't keep eating the pasta. It's like an endless line of pasta plates in front of you, but you have other things around you. You have to delve into the other thing. You know, every single RPG stream I'm doing now is dead. But I play any other game and people show up, engage, and support. There's a pattern there, right? There's an established pattern, and now I have to listen to you guys. And by the way, I know people have been asking for Street Fighter 6 to come.
Wait. Now I have to listen to you guys? Isn't that what you claim to always been fucking doing anyway? You have to listen to you guys? You'd always be fucking listening to them anyway. Your fucking pathetic excuses fucking kind of carried you fucking last few months. So, you've been telling your audience, I'm not going to play this for the last few months. For the last few months, your channel's fucking bombed. And your fucking neutral side support has bombed. And it's almost like you were wrong, Phil. Oh, yeah. And now I have to listen to you. I want to hear that one more time.
Every single RPG stream I'm doing now is dead. But I play any other game and people show up, engage, and support. There's a pattern there, right? There's an established pattern, and now I have to listen to you guys. And by the way, I know people have been asking for Street Fighter 6 to come back, and I've actually started to crave it again. That's the good thing about staying away from something like this. When you stay away from something for a while, you then start to desire it again.
You were burnt out from it yesterday. You had fighting, you're burnt out from playing these fighting games as of yesterday. What the hell changed in 24 hours, Phil?
So with Street Fighter 6, I haven't played it since around mid-January. It was late January when Tekken 8 came out, right? So because I haven't played Street Fighter 6 now for about 2.5 months, now I'm starting to crave it again. So now it'll be fun to jump in casually and have a good stream on Friday night, and then maybe try to ease in to try to play a little bit better after that. Maybe do some ranked, maybe try out Ed, who I completely skipped and have no idea how he even plays. I'm serious. We saw the one trailer video on DSP versus the internet, and that's all I know about Ed. Literally, that's it. I don't know anything else about the guy. So it'll be interesting to maybe see people use him in action, right? Okay? Fair enough. I hope that sounds good. It seems like everyone's in agreement. This is a good idea. There's a few people disappointed who like RPGs, but for the most part, you guys have had your endless stream of pasta. You had it since December. You had endless RPGs, and I need to stop with the RPGs at this point. I do. Even if Dragon's Dogma 2 is an outstanding game, even if Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is Game of the Year contender, I can't keep playing them. I have to stop. I have to do other things. I have to get myself back into the feeling of variety and fun again. Because how is it that I literally do a one-off random night stream of a broken-ass Star Wars collection, and it's one of the most successful fun streams I've done in ages? The proof is in the pudding, as they say, right? Right?
Oh, for fuck's sake, Dashy, how the hell did you fucking find this? Dashy found this out of fucking nowhere. Pasta mania. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, you can mix and match pastas, apparently. What the hell is this? Check out our low-fat pasta specials. Oh my, what the hell is this? Hulkaroni and cheese. Cheeseburger pasta Hulk kilos. What the crap is this crap? Hulk's power pasta, penny pasta, chicken, veggies, and your choice of sauce. What the hell? For God's sake. Yeah, yeah, no. I'm done with that. Good find, Dashy, but what the hell have I just looked at?
Right. Helldivers 2 tonight should be interesting. Who will show up, and what will people have to say about it? I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know how to play the game. I've seen some footage of it, and like I said, the graphics blew me away, but I didn't know, like, I don't understand how to play it. So tonight, I'm just going to die endlessly, not knowing what the fuck I'm doing, I'm sure. We're going to have to Leroy Jenkins it. You know what I mean? I wonder how many of you even understand it. Do you understand that reference, Leroy Jenkins? I mean, it's a really old meme now.
Phil, apparently you have an audience who are full of mature, grown adults who would have been around at that time for that reference. The reference is a 90s reference. You know? You apparently don't have an audience of fucking young kids. According to you. They don't make up any of your audience. So in reality, your entire audience should be very aware of that particular meme. That particular thing. And yeah, it's, you know, was I wrong in saying 90s? Was it later in the 90s? I thought it was a fucking late 90s reference. Was it actually later than that? I don't know. I mean, I'm being questioned how when it happened. I thought it was in the 90s, late 90s, but who knows? I might be wrong in that regard. Oh, it's in 2000s. Wow, that's fucking me being wrong. Big Man says in WoW, so it's 2000s. Carter Tarty says 2004-ish. Okay, my bad. I always thought WoW was older than that. I don't know why. I always thought WoW was like a 90s as well. Maybe I'm confusing it for something else, but I always thought WoW was also like fucking a 90s thing, late 90s thing. My bad.
You understand what it means? I wonder how many people get it. Yes, we're not doing anything planned or established Genesis Gaming. It's just gonna be me jumping in and just playing the fucking game. First impression, jumping in. I can't do anything with parties or anything like that because there's no way to really do that right now. Yes, people get it. The World of Warcraft reference. Good. I'm not that old. Cool. You guys understood a reference I made. That's 1 for 1. Well, 1 for 100 is what I meant to say. Jade says I don't like RPGs, but he does love Final Fantasy VII. I will say this. If and when we return to RPGs of that style this year, I want to go back to Rebirth. I do. I was liking that game. I liked the graphics. I liked the story elements, how they improved it and made it a lengthy RPG, and the combat was fun. That's the one I would return to for sure. All right? But at this point, I just don't see the point in playing every RPG. Like Dragon's Dogma 2 should have been a skip. You guys literally convinced me to play it. When I was going to play Rise of the Ronin, you convinced me otherwise, and I think it was a huge mistake. I just don't think the game's going to work. I think people are bored of it, you know? It gives vibes of a Starship Troopers game we never got. There you go. It'll be slower for you if you do single player. Yeah, but I don't, again, I can't do it party based. I have no means to establish a party to play the game with. I don't like playing in parties because if you do, you focus more on interacting with the party than the stream, and everyone says, when I do that, they don't like it. I tried it with Destiny, I tried it with Apex Legends. Those streams did not do good. People said, oh, this sucks, you're not interacting with us. Excuse me.
I just want you guys to understand that means the world to me when I get a message like that.
All right, cool. So for those of you who can make it tonight, please come by, hang out with me as I try Helldivers 2 out for the very first time. And if it goes well, you know, I'll probably keep playing it on and off, and it may become a major stream rotation game if you guys like it, but we have to see how it goes. Again, I'm personally not convinced. I feel like more it's going to be a meme game where I play it a few times and it gets tiring and people don't care anymore, right? That's what I think, but I don't know. It's up to you guys. Robbie says, Dragon's Dogma 2 isn't doing well only because of RPG overload. It's the right place, but the wrong time. There you go. Eternal Napalm, I know you said this already. He says, when you quit Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you were literally on the cusp of 10 straight hours of direct and meaningful story advancements. Okay. All right, good. It's time for shoutouts. Let's just get right into shoutouts today. Boy, this podcast is going to shock people. It's going to be titled Street Fighter 6 Returning, Helldivers 2 Begins. What on earth, right? Huh? Okay. BB Phil did a super chat, says, today's shirt looks really warm. What happened? It cooled down. So no exaggeration, yesterday it was 68 degrees here in Washington. 68 degrees. insanely hot.
Who fucking cares?
And it was so hot that this office was about 90 degrees. So here I am wearing tropical clothing and everything. Today, it is currently 48 degrees outside. It dipped 20 degrees in one day. So now it's nice and cool in here. So I'm wearing longer sleeve comfy clothes again. And I probably will be for the next week because it looks like the hottest it's even going to be in the next week is 58 degrees. But there's going to be a lot of rain on and off this coming week. So, yeah, cool. So there you go. That's what happened, BB. Pausin, 28 months as a member. Thank you so much, Pausin. Millet Moneda became a member. Thank you, Millet, for the membership. I appreciate that support. Real John Cena did a super chat. Says, why don't you play with a friend? Well, we already answered this. I'm not going to answer the same question 700 times. But thanks, Real John Cena, for the super chat. And Get a Fix also became a channel member this morning. Thank you to Get a Fix for the membership. Okay, let's see. We'll swing over to the tip side of things for now. Quick play. We'll get you matches with randoms, and that's probably what we're doing. I received a $10.01 tip from the big dog. This person is saying, and listen, I've listened to everything you guys have said on this too, this topic, but I'll read this because the guy says, you're missing a gold mine. No, I'm not missing a gold mine. By not playing Stellar Blade. Your audience isn't asking for it to troll you. I've played the demo myself. It's fantastic. If you agree to play it, I'll buy it for you. Name the platform. I have played Bayonetta. I have played Devil May Cry. They don't perform well on this channel. It's just a bunch of action stuff, you know? The exception, I think, of the game that I really enjoyed was Nier Automata. And here's why I like Nier Automata. Because it wasn't just an action game. It was a meta game. It had one of the craziest stories I've ever experienced. It was fourth wall breaking, okay? Stellar Blade is just an action game with a lot of sexual content in it. That's all it is. It's an action game with sexual content. Now, I'm not saying that the action isn't good. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's purposefully intended to be a game with sexual content as part of it to push it. And I'm not about that because I don't care about that. So I'm not going to play it because I know exactly what would happen. Even if I didn't reference sexual content and stuff in my playthrough, all that would happen nonstop in my chat would be people talking about it. All right? So it doesn't matter how much you ask. It doesn't matter what you say to try to convince me. I already know that's exactly what's going to happen, and I'm not doing it. So you can just stop now. I mean, I mean it. Like, people are trying to, like, oh, maybe I'll just keep asking. No. Because there's a difference between, okay, I didn't play Helldivers 2 because I didn't think it was going to fit the content that I made, right? Versus, I literally know this game is just going to create problems, so why create the problems? Right?
But if your audience are really eager to see you play the game, and they're even open to buy the game to see if you fucking want to, you know, to even try it, who are the problems for, Phil? You know, it doesn't make sense to me. Your audience have been fucking them asking for this. So many of them. There've been overwhelming noise being made for this game to get played, Phil. And you ignored it because bibbies and ass.
Doesn't make any sense. So you can just stop now, okay? But thanks for the tip. All right, I received a $10 tip. So this person says, I just finished watching your podcast from yesterday. You posed a question about playing one RPG. In my opinion, Sea of Stars or Final Fantasy VII. Sea of Stars, you're already halfway through it. It was a nice hangout time. And by the way, I'm not giving up. We are going back to Sea of Stars later this year. Final Fantasy VII, on the other hand, you're about to hit major story segments. I say the further you stray from it, least likely you'll continue to finish it. Regarding Final Fantasy VI, as much as I love the game, it feels like you just recently played it. That's my 2 cents. I already said, you're right. I agree with everything you just said. We are going to continue with Sea of Stars later this year at some point. And it'll be like a late night chill vibe game. And if we're going to continue an RPG, it will be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, for sure. I've made my determination, and that's what I'm going to do. We're not doing it now. There's no way we're doing Final Fantasy VII now. But maybe you know, moving forward. I received a $2 tip. Here we go. So someone says, I think that things are better when you're in a good mood on stream. Laughing, joking, being positive. A lot of times on stream you sound irritable. If I go to a restaurant and the waiter is mean, will you tip? Probably not. It's just some advice. You know, I don't intentionally want to sound irritable.
You just are naturally. You're naturally toxic. You're not naturally negative. You're naturally a fucking cunt. It's in your nature to be a fucking cunt.
But, you know, I am human, and you're absolutely right. If you find someone who's sounding pissy, then probably you're not going to have too much fun. I agree with you completely. Again, my mentality, I haven't said this in a bit. My mentality is this. If I'm having a good time, whether it's just with the game or with you guys, right? If you're having a good time, whether it's with the game or me, then obviously that's going to become a positive vibe, and literally support usually comes with that. Okay? That's just the truth. However, what I have noticed is that with RPGs, that's not the case. I'm just being honest. Like, even if we're all having a good time and we're all engaging, we're having a good conversation, we're making advancement in the game, RPGs have just been dead in regards to this. So this has been like the exception. I think like other games, that's fine. But when I was having a hilarious time last night trying to play the broken Star Wars, and I start joking, the chat starts joking, everyone's having a good time, and then people support it. I hear you. But RPGs are just played out. They just are. That's a symptom of too many in a short period of time. The industry did not pay attention to trends and overloaded everyone with too many RPGs. It's just stupid. Okay. I received a $2.50 tip from Anto Kamaru. I completely agree with these games being a bit too long or too slow in structure with all the RPGs coming out, but this is in context to your streams. Gamers don't have the issues you're facing. Of course they don't, because they're playing for themselves. There's a vast difference between, number one, someone who buys a game and is playing it at home for themselves in their free time, and me. That's completely different situations, right? We can agree there. Number two, there's a vast difference between a streamer or content creator who literally sits there and plays one game for a month, does nothing else, pushes through it and gets it done, and me. likely if that person who does it for a living, they've got sponsorships, they've got partnerships, they've got all these things. So even if their entire audience isn't plugged into that game, they're still good enough to be doing that. I'm not. I have to play a variety of games so that way we get people on here to hang out and support. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth. You know, I'm not like other people, and I think that the sooner people realize that, right, that I am not the same as other content creators, that's when things get better. I cannot do the same things other people do. I cannot be successful the same way other people are. I just can't. That's not who I am. I'm someone who's been around for 16 years. I'm so completely different from the memes they do, the patterns they ride, you know, all the things they do to stay popular, right? And I don't do that shit. I'm a completely different animal. So when I say RPG overload, you have to understand something. This is in regards to me. You might not have the issue because you're not a full-time streamer trying to maintain a business, right? You're certainly not Darkside Phil. There's only one of me on this planet, that's for sure.
Thank fuck.
There's many other people you could say, there's a million content creators just like them.
Oh, Phil said million again. Well, I did promise. Million, interesting number.
Jesus! Alright, so ladies and gentlemen. 6 million. 6 million. That's a pretty interesting number, isn't it? 6 million. And guess what? You're wrong. It didn't happen. You're making it up. Right? You make that shit up. No, how about this? Banned. Gone. Forever. Because I don't put up with your fucking bullshit.
Now that was good. Now that was a fucking good one.
The bar's being raised.
I mean, I did say to Steve that I would play it if he says million one more time. Phil just said million, so there you go. I'm a man of my word of nothing else. You know what I mean? So there we go. The best part, of course, about the fucking short is like just Steve just disappears in like pain and laughter halfway through that. As soon as the words "it didn't happen" comes out, he just fucking vanishes and fucking. He probably fucking set in, you know, injured himself even more with his fucking fucked up back. But yeah, probably worth it though. It's a hell of a good laugh. I mean, probably one of the best submissions ever. And remember that was submitted by Actoff Pigler. On that being said, remember to check out That Being Said tomorrow, guys. For if you're a Phil Detractor content. But yeah, it's always too good. It's always too funny.
There's no one else like me. I stand alone in who I am and how I do things, right? Let's be honest here. So, yeah, I mean, absolutely. I agree with you that these things, these problems are not problems for anybody else, but they're problems for me. And I mean, what perspective am I talking about? From my first person perspective, because I'm me. You're not me. Right? Seriously. Okay. And by the way, Anto Kamaru wrote a giant comment, but they said they do agree with me trying Helldivers and thinks that it hopefully will work. So thank you for that, Anto Kamaru. Okay.
One minute, man. Where are you?
Again, this is what I love. Someone just said in chat, well, I don't get it. It must be a problem just with you because other streamers like Maximilian Dude are not having the issue. Maximilian Dude, the mainstream, overly popular streamer who literally people would tune in to see him pick his fucking nose for 4 hours. You're going to compare him to me. We're not the same. You get it?
But Phil, you kind of started at the same time. You both have a background in fighting content. There's quite a lot of similarities. You know, and parallels. It's just that he seems to do this fucking content creation gaming. He seems to do that a whole lot better than you do. You know, he's basically a more successful version of you. But yeah, continue to be fucking jealous.
We are not the same. Not even close. Not comparable. It's an apples to oranges comparison. You don't know what you're talking about. That's the dumbest thing you could possibly say. Well, I don't understand, Phil. It's an issue for you, but not for this ginormous streamer that literally shits money, gets 4,000 sponsorships and partnerships, and has 400 times more viewers than you. Gee, I wonder fucking why. They live in another...
And how does hold on, first off, how do you think they get to that level of fucking success? These fucking guys didn't just fucking rock up and start with immediately fucking 4,000 sponsorships and 400 billion fucking viewers. These people fucking worked hard at their fucking craft. They worked hard to fucking try and produce a good fucking product for their audiences to consume. They tried their fucking best to make the content they think their audiences will want to fucking see, and they get rewarded for their efforts by having people check out their content, support their content, and have that fucking content and channel grow. Their own hard efforts and graft have fucking made them a success. Whereas you sit there and ignore your audience for months and months for the games they're asking to get played because you think you know better still. after 16 goddamn years of you fucking stamping your fucking little grubby feet into the ground and saying, no, I know what I'm talking about, you don't. These big, massive content creators were all little content creators at one point in time, and yet they fucking did something to get to the fucking top and get to that level of success where they don't have to fucking worry about begging their audience or fucking dollars to pay their bills, unlike you. They all started somewhere, Phil. Why can't you?
Another planet than me, genius. What are you talking about? It's the dumbest thing you could say. Wow.
Oh, did Phil say dude at the start of that? Let's rewind it. Let's just rewind it for full context. I don't doubt you. I just want to hear this fucking delusional jealousy rant again. So let me hear this annoying, toxic rant one more time. And let's listen out for the word dude as well, just to confirm it.
Again, this is what I love. Someone just said in chat, well, I don't get it. It must be a problem just with you because other streamers like Maximilian Dude are not having the issue.
I guess technically Maximilian Dude, this is the guy's fucking name. I'll count it.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
Yeah, I was me thinking, oh, Phil's just said dude for the fucking second. No, it's actually a guy's fucking name. It counts though. Isn't there a fucking bingo? Hooray for that. It's a double bingo.
Maximilian Dude, the mainstream, overly popular streamer who literally people would tune in to see him pick his fucking nose for 4 hours.
Love how Phil says overly popular as well. Like Phil is like, you know, saying that he should not be as popular as he is. It's fucking beautiful. This level of seething toxicity from Phil. I mean, this is beautiful. I'll love this. This is such an easy way to trigger Phil. Because Maximilian Dude, they have very similar kind of backgrounds in the grand scheme of things. You know, they have been doing this online content creation for roughly the same amount of time. Phil was first, I think, you know what I mean? But Maximilian Dude also done a bunch of fighting game content. He does other sort of content as well. And yeah, he's very successful with what he does.
You're going to compare him to me. We're not the same. You get it? We are not the same. Not even close, not comparable. It's an apples to oranges comparison. You don't know what you're talking about. That's the dumbest thing you could possibly say. Well, I don't understand, Phil. It's an issue for you, but not for this ginormous streamer that literally shits money, gets 4,000 sponsorships and partnerships, and has 400 times more viewers than you. Gee, I wonder fucking why. They live on another planet than me, genius. What are you talking about? It's the dumbest thing you could say. Wow. I see the $1.50 tip. Ah, someone said they're watching my reaction videos from Sunday. And this is the new one that went live this morning on my DSP Reacts channel. There was a video on there, and someone had said in that video, isn't it funny that most religions have common themes and or common morality codes? And really, it's just semantics about who is God and who is the prophet or whatever, but almost all of them are preaching the same messages. And this person says, after watching your reaction video from today, isn't it funny how most religions say things like don't judge or hate others, but then most do exactly that? It's like you said, going to church doesn't make you a good person. It's how you act outside of there. Exactly right. For some people, religion is a way of life, and the tenets of their religion is how they behave and live. For others, religion, I hate to say it, is a crutch by which they act like they're a good person, but then they use that to say, oh, this justifies me doing all these bad things.
Phil, you fucking do the exact same thing. Anytime you fucking you use religion to try and fucking say you live your life with a moral compass, and then you'll act like a fucking piece of shit. You know, like Mr. Moral Compass doesn't seem to fucking mind doing a whole bunch of scummy fucking things in his own fucking life. Mr. Moral Compass that doesn't seem to fucking care about begging for fucking money every day from fucking dentheads and fucking taking fucking disability check money from fucking his bands. Like, I don't know. It's just he uses the fucking Moral Compass crap. He used it on the side scrollers. When Keemstar came on, he fucking pulled it in Moral Compass crap. And they shut that shit down so fucking fast. Oh, for God's sake. I don't know, man. Not even God can save you, Phil.
You have to live religion. You can't just state it and then not abide by it 95% of the time, right? That's my take anyway. If you're going to say you're religious and you're going to practice a religion, then actually practice it. Don't say you do and then completely do everything opposite of it, but then actually go to church or mosque or whatever and pretend like you're a religious person. You're not, you know?
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very. I feel kind of weird. Thank you to Paul J. Brazel who's using me to talk to Steve the Dead. So he says, at Steve the Dead, hiya guy, just an Indiana guy that hates this roach's guts. I hope to see you back on the podcast again, and thank you on your news feed. So yeah, Steve the Dead, so there you go, Paul J. Brazel Jr., very nice words to say about Steve the Dead. Steve the Dead made a video earlier on. I actually watched it because it was quite easy to watch because it was only an hour and a bit long. It was quite short for a Steve video. thank you very much to, how do you say this name? Number One Antagonist. Thank you very much, Number One Antagonist, for the super chat. It says he just day anybody, or he just say anybody who's religious is pretending. That's what I saw. I had to try and yeah, but there you go. So yeah, Phil is the type of person who would just say that anybody who is religious is just pretending to be. Phil probably do that. Phil would. He is kind of the person to try and insinuate that somebody's fucking faking that kind of crap, you know. But yeah, but going back to my earlier point of hyping up Steve's video, because it's been a wee while since Steve made a video. I think it's his first video that Steve has made since his operation, you know, so he's still on the road to recovery. It's a long road to recovery for him. But let me give me a second here if I can pull up for you guys. Where is it? It's in my... I watched it earlier on, you know, it was actually, you know, consumable. Yeah, there it is there.
So what?
There you go. So yeah, I found it. There you go. Oh, there's a very zoomed in face. Sorry about that. But yeah, an hour and 17 minutes. By Steve's standards, it's practically a YouTube short. But yeah, there's linked it in the description. And yeah, he's just basically covering... So Phil done something on his channel, Emotional Age thing. And yeah, it basically goes over, you know, every question by question, whatever, gives his own takes now, whatever, goes over the results as well, mocks Phil for forgetting to note down his answers. It's a pretty good video, of course. I mean, Steve did. Good old analytical style shenanigans from Steve did, and it's always good. It's just good to see him back making content again, whatever, you know, so his presence is definitely missed. On that being said, he also, Steve does get involved occasionally, but you know, short times. Steve still can't, like, he can't endure a full show, I'm pretty sure, because of his back, whatever. That's why I've not harassed him to try and get in bingo as well, because he's still in recovery mode. So yeah, as soon as Steve is capable, of course, you know, and up for it, and I'm definitely going to try and drag his ass onto bingo. I'll try and bribe him with Lucas or something, you know. But yeah, it's always good to see Steve on around or whatever, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? He's definitely a very popular member of the tractor community. So yeah, make sure you check out Steve's video if you've not done it already. It's only an hour and 17 minutes long, you know what I mean? So definitely it's not going to take you several, like, you know, usually Steve's videos, I've got to consume them in like stages. Like I watch some of it this time and then I'll watch some of it later on. In this case, you can watch it in one go pretty much. I don't know how on.
You see right through that shit. Looks like Lil Shake and Bake did 2 super chats this morning. Thank you, Lil Shake and Bake. And then there was someone that says Argentina Mafia. We did a $1 super chat. Argentina Mafia. You want to know the funniest part about that? They did a super chat. That's a real dollar. They didn't do an Argentinian super chat. They actually did a real dollar super chat, right?
Why is that funny?
Abdullah, I did not say that. He says, you can't say all religions are the same because the Quran and stuff are different. I didn't say that. What I said is there's common threads. There's common morality codes. There's common things, right? That are between religions. And here's the problem. You take it personally when people say stuff like that. That's factually true. If you analyze religion from a big picture perspective, many religions have very common themes in them. Like the core of the morality code is the same. Now, the way you practice that is completely different. The people who are the holy figures are different. The idea of God is different. I mean, many religions have completely different ideas of what God is, okay, or who God is. But the fact that you're getting angry at this is kind of ridiculous. It's a objective, non-offensive analysis, and you find offense. That's your problem. I'm telling you, the best way to approach this stuff is to think big picture. And you can make judgments for yourself of what you believe or you don't, but to be offended that someone talks in a big picture analytical way is pretty ignorant. I'm sorry, it just is. You shouldn't be ignorant like that in your life. You should have a more open mind. Trust me, you're going to have a better time in life going through life with an open mind perspective than just saying, well, I'm offended because you even brought up something that says that what I believe isn't correct. I didn't even say that. That's the other thing. I didn't even say that. I said there's common themes. I didn't say all religions are exactly the same. I said there's common themes amongst religions. That's not offensive in any way. I don't know how you could even find offense in that. Okay, anyway, let's continue on, shall we? Oh, I have to put Argentina Mafia on the leaderboard because technically they're the latest super chatter. Okay. Exactly right. Lord Plaxis says he doesn't think that religion should be a conversation. And it's true because, again, what have I said over the years? Why do I generally never talk about religion? This is why. Because there's people who are just so black and white thinking that it's like, oh, God forbid that you don't agree with me on religion. Now I hate you. I hate you. Wait, what? You hate me because we have a disagreement on something? What kind of a way is that to go through life? And that's why politics and religion have always been touchy subjects for me that I usually don't touch upon because there's so many people like, oh, I'm offended. What the fuck? Why are you offended? Right? Silly comments. Right? There's a running joke on the internet. Okay? Here's the joke. Jesus is a zombie. Why? Because he rose from the dead after 3 days, and that's what zombies do. They rise from the dead. It's a joke. It's not meant to be offensive. People get genuinely offended if you make that joke. They'll be like,
yeah, fucking shout out to the Dutch brothers for getting offended. I love how Phil remembers that as a fucking example because he lost 2 prominent whales who not only gave him money, they gave him equipment for his business. They sent Phil Burnell care packages with things like the webcam and the capture card and treats for Jasper. They really were quite big committed fans in Wales to support Phil like that. But Phil offended him by referring to Jesus as a zombie because he came back from the dead. And Phil didn't apologise for that, and so they said, okay, goodbye, Phil. They fucked off because Phil offended them and wasn't even sorry for offending them. It's just, yeah. I love how Phil has brought that up of his own volition. Will Phil name them, I wonder?
Like, oh my god. You know, no one's trying to be offensive at that. In fact, there was a whole meme on Twitter about it. A huge meme on Twitter about it. I saw all these pictures and everything. Like, happy Zombie Jesus Day, right? And I'm like, why would anyone think that that's offensive? It's a joke. It's not meant to be serious. No one is actually saying that. You know what I mean? But people, oh my god, I can't believe it. Like, dude, just relax. If everything you do in your life gives you high blood pressure, you're gonna have an aneurysm over nothing.
Look who's fucking talking, Phil.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. See, for me, in my life, I've always been...
So this is the same person that fucking threw a goddamn hissy fit about YouTube and their thumbnail fucking policies because he had to change his YouTube fucking thumbnail on the fly because he decided on the fly, I'm changing a late stream for tonight, but he didn't have anything prepared. So poor Phil Burnell had to go to random website images, try and download a random generic fucking hell divers for help, your thumbnail. Tried to implement that as a thumbnail and change it. It was too big, so then he had to go to fucking Microsoft Paint. He was fucking having a goddamn fucking temper tantrum. He was absolutely losing his goddamn mind because YouTube were forcing their policies onto him and he wasn't a happy chappy. And he was fucking going crazy. He's not, my podcast has been derailed 10 goddamn minutes and... Yeah, but he's telling everyone to calm the fuck down and chill. Bit of college origin. I was allowed to fucking freak the fuck out over YouTube's policies, but you're not allowed to fucking freak out if he calls you a fucking god zombie.
Equal opportunity jokester, right? You can make fun of me, I don't care. Make jokes about me, make jokes about my ethnicity, about my beliefs, I don't give a shit.
It really, Phil, because if we call you a gout-ridden, snorty, fucking toxic cunt, and you seem to be offended at it, try to fucking saying this kind of shit about you.
As long as it's in good humor or good, you're not actually trying to be offensive. You're not trying to say that someone is dumb or wrong, but you're just razzing them. That's okay in my opinion. But again, when it comes to politics or religion, it's like, oh, you can never do that because it's my way or the highway, black and white thinking. The older I get, I realize that is such a waste of fucking time to be black and white thinking, and I never want to be like that ever again, because I used to be like that. For sure, even my early days on YouTube, I absolutely was like that 15, 16 years ago, and I changed over time. I became a way more open-minded person, looking for other perspectives and understanding things and getting that a joke is a joke, right? People just don't get it anymore. It's just everything's offensive to me. Well, then fucking go. Here's what you should do. Lock yourself in a closet, close the door, and leave the rest of us alone out here. Because we don't want to be around people who are just constantly offended by every fucking thing that everyone says. Oh, I farted. Oh, is that offensive to you? Sorry, it's a natural human function. I couldn't hold it in. Oh, did I offend you? Jesus Christ.
I love how he ends the angry religious rant with the words Jesus Christ. There's a certain irony there of Phil ending his rant with, that.
Unbelievable. Anyway, I received a $20 tip. Okay, interesting. So this is a $20 tip from 1 Minute Man.
It was nice of Phil to wait for me to play the whale sound. That's a good guy. Thanks, Phil.
He says the following. Excuse me. It's probably a good thing that you haven't played any of the Alone in the Dark games to avoid confusion. This game contains story elements from previous games but can be considered a reboot because the classic Alone in the Dark timeline actually ended in 2015. Barnaby looks nothing like the original character. It's kind of funny that Edward Carnby in Part 4 asks the girl, do I know you from somewhere? That's quite an understatement. It's been years since her father died, but still, the girl remembers him, so one would think that she would have been at least somewhat happy to see him because he's the main reason past events turned out as they did, at least explained in this game. So what you're saying is this completely ties into the previous games, that you'll get those references if you've played the previous games, but if you don't, at least it's not confusing. Okay, I get it. Here's what 1 Minute Man is saying. For example, did you ever see a movie reboot, and the movie reboot isn't close to the plot line or has elements of the original plot, but they change certain things, and you sit there staring at it and you're like, this is confusing. I thought that this character was supposed to be like this, or this character looks like this, or acts like this, and in this one, they're not. They changed the character completely. Why did they do that, right? And it just creates confusion and frustration, right? Because you're expecting elements of the original, and they changed it up, and you're like, why? Why change it, right? In this case, if you just didn't see the original, and you just saw the reboot movie, you wouldn't have that frame of reference, and therefore there would be no element of confusion. You're just watching it and judging it solely on its own merits for the first time, right? Well, I think that's what you're saying here, right? I agree with you. Like, if I played the original game, I wouldn't understand this one or enjoy it as much. But I am. Like, I'm actually really liking Alone in the Dark. So maybe it is a good thing that I actually never played the originals if it would have confused me. I think I agree with you then. Cool. All right. All right. Okay, are we good? Cool. We have a few extra minutes. If anyone would, excuse me, if anyone would like to ask a question, tag me in the chat. If any contributions come in, I'll shout them out. But it sounds like, man, we have made some interesting progress here, huh? Expand Donk says, congrats on listening to your Burnout RPG fans. I was looking forward to Paper Mario. Many asked for it for years, but I know 672 would cry if you played it. I don't even know. See, this is the thing. We need to get that schedule done on Saturday for during my birthday event, because I literally have no idea what games are coming out when anymore. I'm behind. And we need to figure that out so that way I can say, okay, here's the games I'm genuinely interested in and want to play. And then we can figure, like Paper Mario, for me, that's a game that I played back in the day on GameCube. I loved it. The 1,000-Year Door is what we're talking about, right? Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door. I was absolutely loving my playthrough of it back when it was a GameCube game. And then for whatever reason, which I can't remember, I stopped playing it. And I never got around to ever playing it again, so I never got to see how it actually goes. But I was having a great time with it back in the day. So that's one I'm genuinely interested in playing. But here's the thing. If we were to play that, we absolutely would not be playing another RPG. It has to be one at a time these days, okay? What age will I be? 42. Big sandwich, the schedule's in shambles right now. What do you mean? Alone in the Dark, Helldivers 2, Elden Ring, Street Fighter 6, the React stuff, right? We got co-op coming up with my wife, and then we'll play it by ear and see what's next. We got plenty of stuff on the agenda that sounds like good variety, so I don't know what you even mean. Brendan just did a super chat and says, Phil, would you ever consider Deadly Premonition for your throwback channel? I think the playthrough was legendary. Have a great stream. Let me put it this way. The answer is not no, but right now the things that we've been doing on the throwback channel are essentially pre-direct capture, right? Like every single game that we've been watching is the old style camera at the TV, sounds a lot different, commentary is a lot different than the modern style. Deadly Premonition was a direct capture game, and it was a while ago now. Like, it has been quite some time since I played it, right? And definitely it's one of the more interesting, unique playthroughs I did because the game is so wild. It starts off almost like Twin Peaks, the TV show, and then it goes off the rails into full-on, like, Japanese crazy mode stuff that you never would expect in that style of game. The game is absolutely wacky, right? So yeah, absolutely. That would be an interesting one to react to. However, does it really fit the format of what we've been doing on the throwback channel right now? Not necessarily, because it was direct capture, it was live stream. But I understand what you're saying. You're trying to find some of the more unique playthroughs that you think would be fun to watch back again, and that's one of them. And I actually do agree with you. So perhaps that'll be something we would consider for the future. Thanks for the suggestion, and thank you for the super chat. Okay, exactly. The fishing segment is legendary. I received a $20 tip. Okay, FYI. By the way, thank you for $20 tips from an anonymous tipper. I keep telling people this. If you want to be unbanned from the channel, you have to email me, darksidefil@hotmail.com, and give me your channel information. I can't just on the fly unban anyone. It's not possible, all right? I need to have time to sit down and search and find accounts, the URLs and the like, and I can't do that on a live stream. You know, I'm in the middle of a podcast or a game, and I don't have the capability of doing that, right? So, and no, it's not Kirk. Shut up about that. Stop saying it's fucking Kirk. You people trying to be toxic in the chat. You can just shut up right now. It's not them. It's somebody completely else. But thank you for the $20 tip, and please email me. Okay. Don't you know it was Kirk? I would say it was Kirk. You guys know that, right? Like I always say when it's Kirk now. Correct. I have your super chat right here. That's $40. Okay. Anything else? Any other final topics of discussion or anything to get out there? Joel Loft says, shame it's tonight. I'm from Europe. I can't attend the Helldiver 2 stream because of unfortunate reasons. Human beings need sleep. Again, I get you. It's all good. All right. Helldivers 2 is not necessarily always going to be a night stream. I just want to do something on the fly today to mix things up because I'm just tired of RPGs and I know no one's going to care about Dragon's Dogma 2 if I play it. So I want to do something different for tonight, okay? Don't worry. If it goes well and people like Helldivers, then I'm probably going to play it in the regular schedule, okay? So no worries there. Will I ever play Wretch in a Souls game? I don't even know what that is. Is it a class? I don't even know. There's a class called Wretch. I never played Omicron the Mad Soul, or the Nomad Soul. No, I did not. I know that's the one that came before Fahrenheit, right? Or before Indigo Prophecy has 2 names. Can there be an all-time high tips chart? I would like to know what this is. No, because I don't even know what it is myself. Like I said, some people ask me from time to time, like, what's the biggest tip you ever received? And I think back and I'm like, I definitely remember many years ago getting like a $2,000 tip, and it's a rarity that I would get anything that large, almost never, right? And I distinctly remember getting that tip, but that's the best I remember. Like I don't really remember much else. So.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Mepper for the super chat, who says Steve's paltry 1 hour video is like a bloody slovenly Midlander going, that'll do, after finishing a job of gaffer tape. Pump that runtime up. That's you been tell, Steve. You gotta get those fucking numbers up. Those are some fucking rookie numbers, fucking Steve. You gotta do better than that, son. You know, you gotta fucking prove that you fucking you've got the spine to fucking go longer and fucking, you know, go. Why don't you fucking do a 24-hour fucking video? We know you can do it. We know you want to do it. So yeah, that's Meth Bear just fucking telling you, get it sorted.
No, I don't keep records. Oh my God. No records? No, I don't keep a fucking whiteboard leaderboard of top tippers of all time on my office wall. No, I don't. I just stream and play games and have a good time. It's not that serious. Dragon's Dogma 2 for now is on hold, just like Final Fantasy 7. At this point, no one's really attending and supporting those streams, and I just had enough. So we're doing variety stuff that people seem to want, and that's that. I really have nothing else to say on the subject. I don't know if Dragon's Dogma 2 will ever come back. I don't know if Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth will come back. If something were to come back, it probably would be Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Because that's when I was right in the middle of the beginning of a big story development. It's a game that I was very much enjoying. Dragon's Dogma 2 is just kind of like, there's not much going on with it. It's just kind of do a random quest, run around, kill monsters, do a couple more random quests, run around, kill monsters. You know? All right, Lord Plaxis says, since I guess this is a good, I think this might be a good suggestion, but I'm not sure yet. I'll have to think about it. He said, forget the whole membership idea for online co-op. Why not do something with Patreon? I guess I'd have to think about that. The real problem, all right, the real problem with doing online co-op is logistics. And I know this from experience, okay? Everyone wants to play, but no one can actually show up at a time that makes sense. Like, let's say, for example, I said, okay, I'm going to do one stream a month, right? A 3.5-hour stream where I'm going to co-op in a certain game with people, pledge to my Patreon to get it. People would pledge and be like, oh yeah, but I can't make that stream. You see, I live in this place, and in this place I'm asleep at that time. Or can you do it another stream? Can you do multiple streams? Can you do this stream for this game and this stream for that game? Because that's what used to happen. At year end, if you remember, I used to do an actual week of multiplayer around Christmas time. And I have an audience that's all over the planet. And people would literally be like, well, I only want to play this game, but I can only show up at this day and this day. Can we do this and this? And it was so much work to coordinate. And no exaggeration, half the time people ended up disappointed anyway. Because they wanted to play and they didn't get to play, or for some reason it didn't go right, or the internet connection wasn't good because they're in another country and we're trying to play and the thing lags to shit, right? So basically, it's so much effort to please so few people. It really is. Like, when you do those events, oh, let's do some online co-op events, who you please it? The few people who are playing with you, right? And a few viewers, but you can't please everyone. And a lot of people tune out of that stuff too. Like, well, if I can't play, then I don't want to watch. You know? That's why it's not really worth it. The whole thing is I'm trying to make content for a wide audience. I'm not trying to make content for the 4 people I'm playing co-op with, right? That's why I don't really bother with that stuff. But memberships are off the table because anyone could game YouTube to get...
Thank you very much, Jay Barrett Wales, for the super chat. Who's hold on, stay like that. He's hold on. Hold on. Click that and then click it again. Okay, sorry. I'll try to fucking click it in the fucking mood. Thank you to Barrett Wales for super chat. It says he's using the "it wouldn't be fair to others," but dismisses his poll result as troll votes. Yeah, he's done that twice now. Phil has completely disregarded both poll results and he's now playing the game he was most looking forward to playing, The Walking Dead simulator crap. And yeah, even though it is the lowest voted option. The audience do not want to really see that, apparently, going by his own poll results, but he's like, yeah, I'm going to play it anyway.
Right? That's why I don't really bother with that stuff. But memberships are off the table because anyone could game YouTube to get essentially a nearly free membership. But perhaps, as you suggested, using something like Patreon, it could be possible, but I'd really have to look into it. I would, again, I'm the kind of guy, I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. I don't want to promise people that I'm going to be doing some big multiplayer thing and then it falls apart and everyone's disappointed. All right? No, I don't have a Cameo account. I don't need a Cameo account. You can get a private video made if you pledge $50 to my Patreon. So I don't need a Cameo account. What would I do with it? I already have a means by which people can get private videos made. You see? Yeah, by the way, I think this coming Monday night I can't stream regardless. Because oh, and man, see, there's a lot going on right now that I'm not even remembering. This is next week. I totally forgot about this. I may actually have a shorter streaming week. Reason being, our anniversary is coming up on the 10th, and I think that we actually want to have our anniversary off.
There it is. Yeah, actually completely forgot about the anniversary. I wonder who was it Kat that reminded Phil about the anniversary? Did Phil scroll on Twitter and see detractors talk about the anniversary, and that reminded him? He shouldn't be forgetting about this kind of thing. I know it's a common trope for, you know, men to forget the anniversary. Phil, for God's sake, it's like so close after your birthday. It should be set in your mind like stone.
To have the day together. So I'm thinking that I might next week have Wednesday off instead of Thursday. So we'll have a shorter streaming week, but then we'll have a much longer streaming week the week after. So it's probably gonna be like Friday will be Elden Ring and Street Fighter. Saturday will be my birthday marathon. Sunday is React Day. Monday is probably like the conclusion of Alone in the Dark. And then maybe Tuesday is whatever we want to do, Elden Ring or maybe Helldivers, and then maybe we'll do our co-op, and that's it. Like that's the week. Yeah, that's the whole week, because that Wednesday will be our day off for our anniversary, and then the week after would be an extra long, like a 7-day streaming week. There you go. That pretty much just made up the whole schedule for us, didn't it? It pretty much did. All right, any last minute stuff, or are we good? Are we good to go? No, I never got Poison Ivy. Nope, I never got it. Oh, excuse me. We need Nightbot updated to say that I'm playing Helldivers. Okay, we can do that right now. Thank you.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Paul J. Brazel Jr. for the super chat. It says, look at your community, full of love for each other when Roachman Child calls us the worst. Love you all. P.S. Can I be a marble too? I think you already are. Like, if you've been... Hold on, give me a second here. If you have left a comment on that community post, then you are a marble already. Let me scroll down most here, because I got a list of all the marbles here. Oh, you're no on there. Paul J. Brazel Jr. If you want to be a fucking marble, you click on that community post in the description of the stream right now, and you leave a comment. That way, you will become a marble. That is how you become a marble. I don't know, yeah. Yeah, I am not a marble. Well, then, I just told you how to become a marble. Community post in the description of this live stream. Get your name added so I can add you. I'm not doing it if you need to leave a comment. I'm not doing it if a comment. I'm not giving special treatment bullshit. I treat everyone the same. Apart from Prophet, I treat him differently, but he deserves it.
Okay. Nightbot is now updated. Cool. Oh, excuse me. Alright, I've had enough of this guy. He's out of here.
Lean and ban.
Enough of that.
We didn't hear that, Phil.
Yeah, we don't know what we're gonna do. That's what I mean. Like, our lives are so busy, we don't really have time to really plan anything out. So, like, we all agree we want to do something on our anniversary, but we have no clue what to do. Like, we talked about maybe going to a nice restaurant, but we haven't decided, and now it's less than a week away, so who knows?
Phil, you do that every week. Every week, you two stuff your little fucking faces at some restaurant. Oh, we're going to some sushi place, or we're going to some fucking Korean barbecue, or some... Or, Phil, you always, every week, you fucking stuff your faces somewhere. Or you fucking go home and get a DoorDash so you can stuff your faces at home. So, do something... Why is it all about food, Phil? How about a staycation in Seattle? Has Kat ever actually fucking, explored Seattle and seen some of the sights of Seattle? Barrett Wells just had a fucking enjoyable staycation in Seattle. He's not long back from it, fucking seen his little Twitter updates and everything. He's seen pictures, not sure he went to... Yeah, exactly. And he had a grand time. So there you go. But there you go, Phil, why don't you take that big beefy bitch to fucking Seattle and have a good time?
If we'd even be able to get into one, right? That's like, that's kind of just our life. Time's flying by fast. Busy. If we had more time to just sit down and relax, we'd probably have more time to plan stuff out, but we just don't have a lot of time, you know? Yeah, I know. Can you believe that we're a quarter of the way through this year? Huh? It doesn't feel like it, does it? For me, it was definitely getting wrapped up in those insanely long RPGs. That's one thing that did it. And I don't know. I really don't know where the time goes anymore. I wonder if it'll slow down now that the RPGs are done and everything, or if time will still fly by. But it feels like, Christmas, we just had Christmas. And now it's spring. What happened? Where did these months go? I don't know. What? Philippan says, I started Baldur's Gate 3. I've spent 9 hours trying to kill a devil guy in the intro. Huh? The guy you don't need to kill? What are you talking about? And if you mean the intro, there's the room you have to get through. All you have to do is touch the panel on the other end and you win. You don't have to kill the guy. Apparently, if you kill one of those guys, you get a good sword or something. But you don't have to. You get an achievement if you kill him? Oh. So early on, how are you supposed to kill him? Don't have any good abilities or anything.
It's a part of the challenge, Phil, for people who are patient enough to try and fucking achieve something. You just try and fucking turbocharge away for the goddamn game while fucking chat held your hand.
You wanted the sword? Everyone told me about it, and I was like, I don't think this is gonna happen. Yeah, for those who don't know, Immortals of Avium is now free to play for anyone who has PS Plus. This was the game that a lot of money and development time went into at EA, but they didn't advertise it at all, and it came out the same week or the same time as Baldur's Gate 3. So literally nobody played it, and it flopped huge. So now it's on PS Plus. If anyone's interested, Eternal Apom suggesting it as a game for me to maybe check out at some point, perhaps. All right, are we good? Can we adjourn? I think it's time to adjourn. I thank you all for listening to the podcast. And let's end the show. Man, the schedule will be different. I mean, this week, first of all, coming up is going to be a shorter week. And then we've got some variety coming up, right? Which is good. So I thank you all. I hope that you enjoy the changes, right? I listen to feedback. I try to do its best. And when I have a night like last night, where outright people are saying, you know, doesn't really matter what you're playing as long as we're having a good time. And the RPGs are just boring. And I'm like, all right, forget it then. We'll do other shit, right? Let's do it. And thank you for your feedback. And thank you for your support and understanding. And now it's time to do what you want. Variety and fun. All right, thank you guys. See you Friday. I won't be here tomorrow, but on Friday I'll tell you what I thought about Helldivers 2 and about my day off and everything else. All right, guys? Thanks so very much, and I will see you soon. Okay. All righty. Good stuff. And thank you, guys. Let's go ahead and set up here. Camera ready. I just have to pee before we start, so no giant break here. I just have to pee.
One more burp, Phil. Give us one more burp.
Okay. You guys want me to play music? Or do you just want to sit here and stare at the chair? Or do you want to stare at the chair while I play music during this bathroom break? What would you like to do? I'll do whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me.
Get a job.
Music? Steven music? So just leave the screen like this and play some music behind the scenes? Okay, hold on.
Behind the scenes was said. How unexpected.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
I did not expect it to say behind the scenes so fucking late on the show, but there you go. We are... Technically, we're one burp away from a third free space. If Phil burps one more time, we only need to have one more thing happen. Phil? He's gonna force us to listen to his fucking music.
Here we go.
Okay, we can fucking fast forward till he gets back. He's away from there, he's away from there, he's away from there, and he returns about here. He kind of waddled back into frame about here. Let's just mute that shit until he sits back down, shall we? Wait for him to waddle back into frame any fucking second now. There he is, his fucking noodle ass arm, and he's back.
Okay, everybody, we ready to start? Sorry it took so long. I had a million things to do. Not only did I use the bathroom, but then I had people sending me emails to be unbanned and a million other things going on. I got all caught up in everything, but I'm back. We're ready for 3 hours of Alone in the Dark.
Hey, we have another free space. We are one away from a full house. We are only one away. Amazingly, Phil has not said honest so far, or I would argue he's talked about new games, but he's not actually said the words new games. I have wanted him to say new games, but he actually did not say the words new games, which has been so frustrating. We might be one short today. Hopefully Phil still fucking comes with good for us. We are so close.
Of course I burp. The first thing I do as I sit down is I belch uncontrollably into the microphone. Very disappointing. All right, I received an incredibly over-the-top generous $50 tip from Lisa Lou. Says, apparently you're going through trying times. Who said that? I'm not going through trying times. It's just we're trying to figure out what to do with the schedule, right? When can we expect to see Mrs. Burnell on stream again? As I said, likely we will begin next week. I don't want to promise you guys yet, but it's looking like next week will likely be when we begin our co-op of Beyond Two Souls, which we've been talking about now for a couple of weeks, right? So thank you. Now we're up to $115 in tips, and you guys can determine what hat you want to see me wear for Alone in the Dark today. So thank you for that. And let's see here. Jade says, cool to see you today. You will see tonight. You mean I will not see you tonight, or will I see you tonight, Jade? For Helldivers 2. You want to see what it is? I'm curious to see what the hell this game is, because everyone's been talking about it endlessly. I received a $3.33 tip. $3.33. Someone says, what if someone wanted you to do a private stream, or if a private sponsor wanted you to do it? If what they paid you was more than a month's worth of what you usually make, and they pay you half at the start and half when you finish the game, would you consider doing it instead of a private chef? I want you to be my private streamer that only does a full playthrough. I get to pick the commentary type, whether it's your old school or new school commentary. I'll add a tip on top of your monthly payment. I don't think that's something to consider at this point. I don't know about that. That seems way wholly too contingent on one person coming through. And what's to say someone's not like, oh, I would pay you for your whole month, and then you do the playthrough, and then they charge it back. Right? Because they certainly could, that's, you know, shit like that happens. You know what I'm saying? And that would likely kill my business. The difference is going from a public model to a private model. Now what happens to everyone who wants to see me play games for the next month? You know,
Phil, according to you, nobody fucking wants to see you play games anymore. That's why fucking most supported shit is when you're fucking just talking to the camera.
they go away. And so when I go back, because I'm not always going to have a private person funding playthroughs, right? When I finally go back to the public part, everyone's gone and no one wants to hang out anymore. So I don't think that would really work.
Is it weird that the first song that came to my mind was "I'll be a private streamer, a streamer from money"?
Well, let's see here. So we're gonna have a hat poll here as we boot up Alone in the Dark. Lewis, thank you for becoming a standard supporter, and DevKit Gaming, thank you for $8 super chat. Cool. So, yes, let's do a hat poll, and then we'll begin. Which hat is horror best? The Los Santos. I don't think I'm ever wearing the Los Santos cap ever again. I put it in every poll and it never wins. Los Santos cap, beret.
We're so close. We're one away. We're one away.
I feel like I'm forgetting a hat. Like there's one hat I just simply think I haven't worn in a while. I forget it.
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
Jesus Christ, what's he fucking doing? What the hell was that? Guys, can we get 70 more likes, please, in the next 2 minutes? 70 more likes. Give us 200 likes. 200 likes is a full house. Like the stream.
I forgot about that. Okay. We're down. All right. Are we ready to begin? I hope so, because I'm already late. I'm freaking late here. Oh, wow. The music was epic the whole time. I didn't hear it. This music is so epic. Holy crap. Nice. No, this is not a remake. This is an original game. Some people said it's almost like a reboot, but I don't know. What's that noise? Heard that, right? Okay, everybody ready to start? Here we go. Oh, I'll see you tonight. Great, Jade. I'm glad that you'll be here tonight. Cool. Cat and Jasper are good. Thanks for asking. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Son of a bitch is now recording. Are we seriously one away from a full house? I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. 2 of the last 3 bingos, we have been one away. And one was my fault. Not this one, but the first one was my fault. I'm so annoyed. There's nothing I can do. There's bugged bingo mechanics, dude. I was sure that Phil didn't point at text at any point there. I might need to remove. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to remove point at text from the bingo card. I'm going to remove that. I feel like it's going to hurt us more than help us in the long term. So that is going to get to. You know, that's gone. That's goodbye. But yeah, I will return on. Well, I was going to do. I was thinking about doing a stream tomorrow. Not a bingo stream, of course. We'll see if we can do it tomorrow, guys. That's all for tonight, anyway. Let's go to live DSP and see how he's fucking doing, I guess.
Or we can go to
Who fucking cares? $118. So big fucking deal. Otters. We have delightful otters. They're so goddamn cute. It's unbelievable, guys. I mean, if I can do a stream tomorrow, I will. I was thinking of doing Quiplash. I have a new DSP quiz for the Quiplash game, so I was thinking I'd try to do that tomorrow. You know what I mean? But as I said, I'm not entirely sure what I got planned for tomorrow yet. I'm off work all week, you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean I'm not doing anything. You know what I mean? I still may have fucking plans, you know, like go out, see people, or whatever. You know, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. But what I will tell you is this: Bingo will return, of course, on Friday. And obviously Phil will return from his day off as well. And we'll have an exciting day off story to fucking look forward to on Friday. I do hope you all enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and enjoy your fucking day off from Phil's Antics on Thursday as well. Whatever you end up doing. Remember, that being said, I'll be live. I think they're doing King of the... Actually, is that... No, that's the 7th thing, isn't it? I think King of the Ring, the finals are the 7th. I might be wrong though, which is Sunday. So yeah, I don't think King of the Ring stuff is happening tomorrow. I think it's Sunday. I might be wrong though. But they'll still have a show tomorrow though, all the same as usual. They always have a wee Thursday show usually. So yeah, make sure you can check them out and check out other people as well. For you know, for any other attractors you see doing stuff, make sure you drop by and support them and say hello. And yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining me for the bingo tonight. Sad that we couldn't get a full house, but thank you very much indeed for helping me in the card and helping me, you know, keep writing the card and the contributions as well, and all that jazz and all that good stuff. I am going to end how I always end, by playing the Notorious PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. And I'm gonna disappear now and try and get stuff sorted. I'm just so distracted by these otters. After enduring Phil's toxicity for 2.5 hours, it feels like. it's nice to just kind of unwind with some waters. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to end things there. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you all hopefully tomorrow as well. But if not tomorrow, I'll see you on Friday for some bingo. Until then, have a good one. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.